Hey, can I whine real quick? Why is it 5,000 degrees in this studio?
I don't know. The air conditioning's off and all these things. So
Good
props to everybody
Lord.
working outside. We shouldn't be complaining, but it is.
No,
hot in here.
I feel. But see, you're mentally prepared for that. I'm not mentally prepared to walk into the sauna. If I knew that, I'd put my swimsuit on.
Well, wouldn't that be something on Zone TV?
Wouldn't it be?
That would bring in more viewers.
Or chase them away. Who knows?
Guess who else is here?
Guess
I'm in the
who's
building.
back?
I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. 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 I'm in the building.
He's got the Barry White voice going
Yeah.
straight off the Rager in
I can't
Vegas.
believe he made it back. I was
Hey.
concerned. Hi.
Hello, Babs.
By the way, Rhett
Happy
Bryant
birthday.
Hello, Mayor.
is going straight gangster in the
Oh my
Titans radio
gosh.
studio.
I wish we had video of that. I wish that was on the Zone TV feed.
Wow.
Hey,
How are you, man?
man, I am back. That answers
it?
all your questions. That's all I got
Hey,
for you, Brent.
We told you during the trip, man. First goal was survival. Congratulations.
Hey, I did that part, man, and I made it back. So, check, complete. Whining Wednesday. We gonna let Babs whine first? Or,
No,
Babs
I already
whined.
whined. It's
So
hot.
it's scorching. My wine.
It sounds like Uncle Julio went for a deep dive down those vocal cords.
Hey, man.
You've
I
got
wonder
the-
what's in there, man. I wonder what's in me.
We should go get Rhett Bryan to get like an instrumental from Barry White, and let's just start singing
Let's
it.
see
what happens.
It's bad when people call in and they sound more like you than you do.
And that's what I was just going to go. I was going to, huh? You felt it. So this is what I'm saying. My whine is I'm whining about the imposters that was supposedly me calling up to the show.
Oh, you're trying to say you didn't call yesterday.
That wasn't me.
That's where you are?
That's exactly where I stand.
Okay.
That's exactly where I stand. But I would like to say, have y'all seen the movie? Man, what's the name of that movie? Martin Short. That's an actor, isn't it? Martin
Yes.
Short. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all remember when Martin
It's
Short?
a very unexpected actor for you to bring up during 3HL.
But this is gonna tie all in. I promise you. Somehow, people, bear with me. It's gonna tie.
Santa Claus 2?
Yeah.
Santa Claus 3?
No. Remember, he got shrunk down, and he had to fly in a little.
Oh, that was Rick Moranis.
That was Rick Moranis.
Honey, I Shrunk the
no,
Kids?
not Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid was where Rick Moranis got shrunk.
No,
Sad I know
not that one. Wrong movie, guys.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Three
telling y'all.
Amigos?
No, so that's how I know it's Martin Short, because wasn't Martin Short in that?
Yeah.
So that's how I know.
Yeah.
He had to go into a body. He flew into a little contraption in a body, and he was telling the body, I don't know.
What in the heck did you do this week? I mean, listen, you can't even put like a sentence together, Slay.
Inner
Slay
space.
I
Rod.
mean, I don't even know where we are right now. I don't know how in the hell you're going to talk about this Vandy baseball game tonight. I don't know how you're going to put two words together. I mean, this is going to be a heck of a
Here's two
performance
words. Here's
today.
two words for you. Slick fried.
Are you talking inner space?
Hey, man.
Inner space. That was
I told
it.
you.
That
I
was
told you. You know it.
1987.
Yeah, that's me, baby. That's me.
You're not old enough for that.
And the reason is I am now.
Yeah,
I'm
but Slade's
40
like me.
now.
Slade's
I'm
like
40.
me.
I'm a man.
Yeah, Slave's like me. He's seen like every movie.
Yeah, and so this is what I'm saying. If I could be him and fly into my body and see what's going on in my body right now, that's what I was going with the whole story. I want to be a
Oh
little
my gosh.
gnat and fly in my body and see what's going on. There you have it. That's my whining.
Whining Wednesday.
Whining about that.
Oh man.
Hey, great trip, man. I see a lot of things transpired though. A lot of things transpired.
Yeah, there's an alumni basketball game, Tennessee and Vandy, that got agreed to, I think, while you were over there.
Yes, it did.
I don't know how cognizant you were of all that was going on, but
The funny thing, I was
there were
getting
tweets and text messages and everything going.
and I was getting them in spurts. Like I get 5 messages, then all of a sudden it's like I fall off the grid and then just come back to reality for a second. But it was fun off the grid, I might add.
I think it's a great idea while we're on that.
It is gonna be cool.
So Drew Maddox and Ron Slay have an idea about playing a Tennessee Vandy alumni game. Here's what Dawn and I decided, though. Let's do 3 of them. That way somebody wins, but you can use – there's so many players that you could use
True.
that you do different rosters in all 3 games.
So would you do the games by era?
Yeah, maybe. Or I don't even think you have to do it that way. Just match it up personnel-wise. And, if
That'd be cool.
if Derek Byers wants to play in one, then
Right.
or Tipa Prater or whoever, Chris Lofton.
Guess what, man?
Hunk, by the way, said that you need to be coach and not play. Like, he was all
oh, really? Hunk
You
did.
playing in that game was something that he didn't think was possible.
So, Hunk, the last person that did this was Chris Lowe. So are you going out on a limb and saying that I ain't got it no more, Hunk?
Look, I've even brought 2 basketball goals from up the street to throw down on the court so that we could see how well.
Now, Hunk, I just showed what I did at 40. I just showed the video. Remember Chris Lowe? Remember when he dropped the bomb on us?
You made it look easy.
Thank you,
I
Babs.
quote tweeted
Thank
it
you,
and said,
Babs.
okay, not only did you do it, because I was questioning it.
Yeah.
And you know why?
Ah.
Because I watched
You
you
saw
walk
me
down the
walk-
hall
yeah.
after you worked out and played ball all
Yeah.
night,
Yeah.
and
It was a
there was a
struggle.
little bit of it wasn't
lot
like a
of it.
swagger. There was
it's
a
lot
limp.
of it. You ought
Yeah.
to see it now. It's really like wild. But
Oh,
I'm
I'm
just saying.
sure I'm sure
Yeah.
you can barely walk right
But see,
now.
this is me.
Vegas
When the
will do
lights
that.
cut on, that's
You
when
can-
Slay come
you
alive.
handle
Oh,
it.
yeah, I'm a totally different guy when the lights cut on. So, Hunk, I kind of feel like that was a challenge, Hunk.
It was
So-
a challenge. We have it recorded. We'll pull it
thank
back
you.
up.
Thank you,
Mhm.
Babs.
Yeah, and the reaction on social media was through the roof positive.
Yeah.
Like, let's get this done. So
Because that'd be
it'll be
dope.
talked about for sure. Wade, he's talking about Inner Space. Jody, Inner Space. Mayor of Jolton. That movie came out before I was born, and I'm 30.
Hey,
LOL.
man, that's a cold movie too, boy. Let me go make sure I trust our listeners. Our listeners always come with it.
Henry, Inner Space was actually a decent movie when Meg Ryan looked hot. Poor woman.
I knew it. That was his lady, and he kept on flying. Was he flying in her body? It was flying in somebody's body. Trying to talk to her. I'm telling you, it sound the
I'm
way
out.
I'm describing it isn't right, Babs. I'm just telling you, it was a really good movie.
I'm that guy, though, on Meg Ryan. Like, I was so in love with her, and then all kinds of crap started happening to her body. I mean,
Yeah.
her face.
Yeah, you could have been that guy for me in Vegas. You could have flew into me. It could have been telling.
That
You
would've been
probably were.
entertaining.
He probably was. Babs could have been in a little plane in one ear, and he could have been in. Y'all could have both flew.
I'd
in.
be like, don't do it.
Yeah, it's
Don't
then y'all
do
would have
it.
been fighting.
It's
Y'all
a
would have been a nuclear
terrible
war.
idea.
Would have been a nuclear war in my body.
Here's something else that's going to come up today. While you were away in Vegas, Scottie Pippen went on national radio and went all in. As Slay points at Don Davenport.
I told Babs last whining Wednesday,
Yep,
That was last
What was
Whining
it?
Wednesday.
it was.
and here it comes.
And you accurately explained that there's a Jordan room
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a VIP room
And Pip is outside the door,
of the Batman room.
banging outside the Batman door like, I need to be in this room. But Pip, you really don't. I'm sorry.
That was a good comparison.
Yeah, and it's great to be in the VIP room because not a lot of people get in there.
No.
You having a ball, and I was just in it.
No, Slay, you're not in
okay,
it.
yeah, I'm not in
You're
that
in the
room.
one
Yeah.
below it.
Yeah.
Dang,
Let's be honest.
Babs.
Hey,
That's
Brent,
a fact. That's a fact.
Brent, we're not even in the VIP
Yeah.
room, so you know.
I'm looking at y'all.
At
I'm
least
telling
Slay
them,
can maybe get us in
I can tell
in
them,
the
let them in,
ropes.
let them in.
Guys, I'm waving outside the building, okay? Like, hi.
He's outside the building. Hey, but that's it though, Babs.
Yeah.
Like, you're in a great room, man.
But now
I
he's
think
on
he's
national
undervaluing
radio.
himself.
He's on national radio saying all kinds of things that we'll get to a little bit
Ooh,
later.
I can't
Ryan
wait.
says it was Dennis Quaid, not Martin Short.
Well, him.
Well, that could be true because Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan got married, and so they might have met
Well,
there.
I'm finna
Martin
find it out.
Short was in the movie. Dennis Quaid was whose body he
He
was
was
in.
in.
Yes.
Oh.
Come on, man. Talk to him, Hunk.
Look at Hunk.
Google's a magical thing.
The Hunk is talking to him.
Hunk is bunk. That was
Hunk is
that was
bunk.
Slay's
Yeah, that's right.
text to him
Ooh.
yesterday.
The people want to know car ain't got no roof. That was my phrase all weekend.
Yeah, why?
I'll explain
don't
it
get
to
it.
you later in the show.
Okay.
You sent us a picture from the balcony and said car ain't got no roof.
Because I didn't have no roof at that time. at that point.
All right, Coach Matt coming up, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Guess whose birthday it is today? Not Slay's. His was yesterday.
Coach back?
No, A.J. Brown.
Oh.
Talk about the significance of that dude
Vibe
that
with me,
he's
bro.
had in 2 years. and
He's
go
only
from there.
24 years old, by the way.
That is
That's crazy.
Thank you, Babs.
Oh.
The
Oh.
world is his oyster. I
Yes.
never understood
Oh.
what that meant, but I guess old people do.
I
But
wonder
now
what
you
he-
just used it, so there
You
you
gonna
go.
put hot sauce on it?
Yeah, probably. We'll be right back. Coach Mac next.
Getting you set for Titans training camp. Bam! Your home for Titans football and the flagship of Titans radio. 104.5 The Zone.
We have all heard the saying, cash is king, and in today's competitive housing market, it's even more important with all of the out-of-state buyers and investors buying up the properties for cash. It's leaving potential Middle Tennessee buyers scrambling to get their offers accepted. When a seller is presented with multiple offers that include some as cash offers with no financing or appraisal contingencies, that offer is going right to the top. Now, thanks to Accurate Mortgage, you can make an all-cash offer on your next home, even if your current one hasn't sold yet. Accurate Mortgage has a program that converts your normal mortgage pre-approval into a cash offer. This allows you to submit all-cash offers with no contingencies that give you a much better, much more attractive offer. This is not a gimmick. It is a real cash offer. If you're serious about buying a home in this market, call Accurate Mortgage today. It's 615-833-0456. That's 615-833-0456, or visit AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage Group, a division of Acopia LLC, is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 4664.
Lately, we've been getting a lot of calls and questions about acoustic wave therapy for the treatment of erectile dysfunction. This is a relatively new treatment for ED, but one we've been using
Glad you made it back alive. I've been through a few of those in my life out there, so congratulations.
I appreciate, Coach. That is a task within itself, just to leave the Strip and get to the airport. That right
Well,
there alone.
yes, it is, and the key word is leave, so leave it all there, too.
Leave it all.
You're exactly right.
What
there.
happens in Vegas
It
stays
stays
in
in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing.
Coach Mack, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Need great health care coverage at an affordable price. Let Farm Bureau Health Plans coach you through it. They've been protecting Tennesseans since 1947. Another birthday out there. Happy birthday to A.J. Brown. And, Coach, through 2 seasons, 122 receptions, 2,126 yards, and 19 touchdowns. I remember you breaking him down pre-draft and how much you appreciated his skill set. That production level in 2 years is phenomenal.
You know, Brent and Don, you guys remember vividly when were sitting there in that studio and we were talking about receivers, and you brought him up. I mean, and Dawn did too, because she did games when he was down there. And I said, you know, in vetting this guy, and again, I'm not 100% right, but I've done it for a few years. I said, he reminded me so much of a guy that I still consider one of my better draft picks in my history of drafting players, in Anquan Bolden, just because of how physical he was through all aspects of the game, not only at the catch point, but at being able to run through the second level,
Yes.
at being able to get yards after catch with multiple collisions, the strength of hands, and also with the aggressiveness that he played the game. I mean, it just reminded me of Q so much. Now, he's faster than Q was. I mean, he is faster, but just their mannerisms and their approach to the game, and that's, you know, I showed you my notebook and I wrote out beside it, reminds me of Q. Well, it's a pretty good comparison, and he's lived up to those lofty comparisons, because absolutely, you know, he's made a mark on this league early, and he really hasn't even scratched the surface of what he can do now. And now we're talking about pairing him with Julio, and a running back like Derrick Henry, which is a generational back. Also, I mean, it's pretty special. But A.J. Brown has been, and here's the other thing that impressed me about A.J. that was the truth about, you know, what Anquan was able to do. When they stepped across the line as rookies, they were full-grown men.
Yeah.
They approached it like it is. It's a profession. It's a business. And they were full-grown men, and it was not too big for them at the start. Let's be honest. There are some rookies in this league where it's too big for them at the start, which is perfectly okay. They grow into it. These two did not have to grow into it. Full-grown men when they stepped across the line for the first time.
You know, it's interesting, too, with A.J. Brown. He's paired so well with Ryan Tannehill. I think they've got such a great on-field relationship where these in-breaking routes turn into these long A.J. Brown running through the second level types of things, because Ryan Tannehill puts the ball where he needs to put it, where A.J. doesn't have to slow down. And I just think that marriage is great.
It's really true. I know you guys have Greg Cosell on your show too, and that's the one thing that he's always talked about in evaluating quarterbacks, and he's right. It's location. It's location and being able to run with it, you know, and that's because of not arm strength. That's because of accuracy and location. It's even more than accuracy. It's an ability to put it to a spot where you can catch it not only in stride, but where you can catch it within space between defenders to be able to make something happen early and then generate some vertical speed. And so, I mean, that's very, very important. Speaking of Greg Cosell, I don't know if you guys have seen, did you guys know that he was, and I didn't know this because I was sent the article, Peter King's guest columnist on Football Morning in America this week. Fascinating article. You guys need to read it.
That's fantastic. Greg will join us tomorrow at 4:20.
Yeah, you guys need to look at it and read it. It's a fascinating article, and not just because he mentions Coach Mack in it, but because of the fact that he goes through really, you know, what his genesis of play analysis and the start of the show that has become one of the best shows, I think, as far as breaking down the nuances of the game on television. Yep. It's a great article. You guys and your listeners ought to look at it, find it.
Coach Mack, I was doing a lot of thinking this weekend. You know, by myself.
Well, Ron, let me just say this, and I admire you for admitting that, because when I was in Vegas on some of those trips back in the day, I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, there ain't no way he was thinking.
Hey, looking at it, Coach Mack,
No, and really seriously, Ron, when I got back from some of those, I was always asking myself, what the hell are these things?
There you go. There you go. That's what I was meaning. Because, see, Coach Mack, I can talk to you this way because you can understand. You can cipher what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Looking at it, man, A.J. Brown was a guy that had a really, really good year last year, and he's been climbing. His trajectory is going up. He did that last year with no fans. Me going out this past weekend and being around a lot of people, I was energetic. You know what I mean? It was like an adrenaline shot going through my body. Sure. When you put these fans back on the field with this guy that's 24 years old, what do you see out of him in the next 2-3 years, being teamed with a guy like Julio, with Tannehill being locked in, Derrick Henry right there at his plateau? Like, what do you see from A.J. Brown, Coach?
Well, Ron, let's break it down to the immediate future, which is all we can really, talk about and look forward to. I mean, it's going to be good. And the point that you make, about the lack of fans. And look, we broadcast games live, one of two NFL radio teams to do it live last year. Only us and the Saints did it. So, Titans Radio and Mike Keith and Amy Adams Strunk and the organization made a big effort to make sure we were there live, no matter, what it took to get there. And so the fact that when we started broadcasting those games without fans, it's different. It was different for us because Mike Keith opens the windows and we're involved in the crowd. There was no crowd, but that just points out the professionalism of what this guy has at a very young age.
Right.
But you are 100% right. And even Ron, even during the year when we started to get incrementally more fans back in the stands, you could feel it. You could feel the juice. You could feel the energy in the stadiums. And this year, with everybody going to be able to be back in at 100% capacity, look, you competed professionally for a lot of years. I coached professionally for 31 years and am still working professionally in the National Football League. Fans make a difference.
Yeah.
Fans make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Fans in the stands and being able to broadcast, especially for our home fans and having the windows open, that's one of the greater joys I get, out of this job. It makes a difference. The atmosphere makes a world of difference. But I give credit to the players last year. They were able to still stay at the top of their game professionally without that extra boost. But with the extra boost, it makes a difference. And from personal experience, it makes a difference when you're competing.
And and that's what I was looking at with this guy being able to play in front of fans this year coming up. If you were impressed by what he did last year, and he's in a different spot, I believe, as far as confidence-wise also.
And nobody's more excited about Julio Jones being on that roster than him.
Oh, man, he's going to be playing out his mind, dude. I'm geeked. I'm geeked.
Yeah, and plus, and let's say this, too. I mean, he was playing not at 100% health last year.
Yeah.
And so that also gives you – now, nobody's ever 100% healthy in the National Football League, just like they're not in the NBA during the season. It's just the nature of it. It's a grind physically on people's bodies. It's not natural. And so, but to be able to do that, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this training camp. This training camp is going to be very, very important for this football team in a lot of aspects. And it's going to be a lot of fun in a lot of aspects, watching all of these things we're talking about offensively come together.
Coach Mack, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. With Farm Bureau Health Plans, you can plan on not needing a plan B because they provide health care coverage that you can depend on. Farm Bureau Health Plans, plan on us. Taylor Lewan tweeted out yesterday that he kind of fell down a hill and bent his leg back, but he's okay. And that made a lot of people nervous. But how different is that offensive line with a third-string left tackle? They had a 2,000-yard rusher, so they did okay. But with Taylor Lewan back out there, how does that change things?
Well, healthy Taylor Lewan is one of the best left tackles in the league. I mean, this guy is rare. You got a guy this big that can move athletically like he can move, that also has an attitude. I mean, I remember vetting him coming out. We loved him there at the Rams. We really did. Jeff Fisher really liked the player, and so did I. And there's a reason for that. But physically, he's gifted. I mean, this is a big man that can move. I mean, he can move, and he's got all the requisite talents that it takes to play there. But even more so than that, he's a nasty dude. And he likes to play there. So I would say this, just hearing that story, Taylor, please stay off of hills.
Right. On the other side, you've got Dylan Radins, and I get that it was tough to kind of evaluate him going and doing what they were doing in mini camps, but I'm anxious to see that battle at right tackle too, Coach.
Yeah, Brent. I mean, and it with until the pads come on, that you're both sides of the line. You can't really make any definitive judgment on those guys. I
Right.
mean, you just can't. I mean, you can look at lower body flexibility. You can look at the ability to move. You can look and see how well they're processing what they are being taught. How quick mentally they're picking things up. If you're truly listening to the coaches and seeing progressively what they're trying to teach. But until the big men get the pads on, I mean, your evaluation has got to be incomplete on it. But so far, I mean, just watching, through my eyes, just watching him, he's got the lower body flexibility. He seems like a very intelligent guy. He was a physical player when you vet him on tape, to watch him. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I mean, here's a young player that's going to have a chance. And I made a pretty bold statement when they drafted him because I had watched him and I knew the situation this offensive line was in. And again, I just said, if this guy comes in and does what, I mean, he has shown that he can do, and then with some coaching, he should be one of the 7 active, immediately. Now, how far he goes from there, that's up to him. But until the pads come on, the true evaluation of those big men on either side of the line of scrimmage is just guesswork, really.
Another guy I'm looking forward to is on the other side of the ball, Danico Autry, man. All the comments when they signed him about how he knew Indy had enough money and didn't want to bring him back, and he's got 2 games circled right now and all of those things. Really excited me, Coach, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that dude can bring and maybe help out Jeffrey Simmons.
Brent, you don't have to guess about him now. You've seen him play in NFL games for real. So there is no guessing on him. I mean, he brings an element. He brings an element that this defense needs. He brings an element. He's able to penetrate and get to the quarterback. And plus, he's a violent player. And violence in the National Football League, the way that I use it when you're describing a player, I mean, it's a complimentary adjective. I mean, it really is, because that's what you got to have. On both, we're talking about both sides of the line of scrimmage. You got to be a violent player because it's a violent game in there, but you've also got to be a violent player with a purpose and also be able to complete what you're trying to do. He's proven that he can do that. I was very excited about the signing. Mm-hmm. I'm really interested in watching the pairing and seeing how he's going to be used in this new look defense.
Coach, it looks like the Titans are everybody's going to be able to wear an alternate helmet in 2022. Does that excite you to see the Oil Derrick potentially out there and the Love You Blue Oiler uniform once a year?
Guys, I'm probably one of the only ones on this show, maybe probably one of the only ones listening. I went to the Oilers training camp at Shriner Institute in Kerrville, Texas in 1969. Okay. So I've seen the Oiler blue and the Derrick helmet for a long time. I love that uniform.
Me too.
That to me is one of the most classic uniforms. Again, as I said, that goes clear back to my senior and high school days, going down there, being able to go to that training camp and just being amazed at the athletes. But I love that uniform, and I absolutely hope that they are able to unveil that thing whenever the appropriate time comes. It's just a classic. It's a classic. It looks good, and it's just cool. It's cool as hell.
And I know you're not a uniform guy necessarily, but the reason why I'm asking everybody about it is because I feel like I'm biased, having grown up an Oilers fan. But I think that is one of the coolest uniforms that we've seen. So appreciate that. Would the appropriate time be wearing that uniform while they're playing the Texans? Do you think that's the appropriate time?
Well, that's up to them. You're asking the wrong dude. There's plenty of people up there to make those decisions. I just like the uniform. I really do. You talk about those AFL uniforms, the ones that were really cool. Their uniform, the Oilers, and the original Charger uniforms were the best.
Yeah, because Mac, you like that powder blue sound like to me.
It's a good look. I mean,
it
it's a good look, and plus, I mean, when you watch those teams, I mean, I really like it when it's a good uniform and it's got good players inside of it.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, I'm curious. Watching Ryan Tannehill go from year 1 to year 2 in the Titan system, is there another level that he can reach in year 3 with a new offensive coordinator?
Well, I mean, his efficiency is what is has stood out for these last 2 years.
Yeah.
And efficiency is what it's about, playing quarterback. Again, let's go back to Greg Cosell, who I think does a really good job of breaking down quarterback play. And the efficiency is very important, and how you work within what you are asked to do and how you're able to complement the other players we just talked about earlier in this segment. A.J. Brown being able to catch it on the run. Well, to catch it on the run, you got to have the ball in the right place, delivered at the right time. So he's been very, very efficient. I mean, next level to me, it's just win ball games. Help your team win ball games, and that's it. And you're not going to be the only reason your team wins or loses. You get a lot of that type of emphasis thrown on you as a quarterback in this league. But he's done nothing but good since he's been inserted as a starter in the third quarter of that Denver game. And so, yes, the more that he's around what's going on here, I expect him to be able to still, and plus they've given him another weapon. They've given him another weapon. You get a healthy offensive line. You've got a running back like that. He's very involved in what goes on with this system, because let me say, some of the success of this system that they ran the last 2 seasons, and I don't know what Todd Downing's going to do. I would assume he would incorporate a lot of the same things. A lot of part of this offensive system, guys, that started with Mike Shanahan and has been worked down throughout the years now from Shanahan, is the quarterback's ability to make decisions before the snap. That's huge, and Ryan Tannehill has been really good at that more times than not in the last 2 seasons.
Would you say, Coach Mack, that he's probably the most valuable guy on this team when you look at it as far as depth and being comfortable at receiver already now? Ferguson, he's the next guy up, and, that's all you ask for is an opportunity. So he should be able to fill that void at tight end if we were just to stay right there. But would you say Tannehill is the guy that you cannot miss on this team?
Well, Ron, let me couch it this way. There's a lot of valuable players on it.
Without question.
The National Football League, there's a reason that you suit up as many as you do, for a game.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of moving parts for a National Football League team. But I will say this, and I've said it before, if you don't have a quarterback in this league that you can operate with, you've got a highly paid rugby team.
Yeah.
So you've got to have a quarterback.
Like that right there, Coach Mack.
Great
I don't
answer.
think I've heard that one,
that was
Coach
a
Mack.
good
That was a new one from you.
Like that.
Well, think about it. It's the truth, right? You guys have watched rugby before. I watched rugby.
Yeah.
We worked out at a rugby facility when I was with the Rams, and we went over to play in London, and we watched the game and worked out. Those guys are big and strong and everything else, and they just, get in the scrum and push each other around. And, there's a lot of that goes on in the National Football League. You don't have a quarterback, highly paid rugby team.
Highly paid rugby team. There he is, Coach Mack. Hey, thanks for the time. Always enjoyed the visits, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach.
Guys, love being on with you guys. See you, Ron. I'm glad you made it back alive.
Salute, brother.
By the way, again, Greg Cosell tomorrow at 4:20, as Coach Mack mentioned. Need great health care coverage at an affordable price. Let Farm Bureau Health Plans coach you through it. They've been protecting Tennesseans since 1947. There is Coach Mack. When we come back, Austin Huff has a rant about the Globetrotters.
Whining Wednesday. Here we go.
No lie. This will be interesting. I don't know.
Globetrotters.
I don't know what kind of rant you can have about the Globetrotters, but we're about to find out. That's
Wow.
next on 104.5 The Zone.
J. Mart and Ramon, you just keep doing you.
I'll do this, you do you. I just nod my head on that one.
Jason Martin and Ramon Foster, tomorrow morning starting at 6 on 104.5 The Zone.
The Zone. What's up, people? Ron Slay is back in the zone. Whether you need to upsize, downsize, or just want to take advantage of this red-hot market, Mark Spain Real Estate is the most trusted real estate team in the U.S. They've earned over 5,000 five-star reviews, and their guaranteed offer makes selling your home easy and stress-free. There are no showings, no open houses, and like I said before, no stress. I'm stressing that there's no stress if you deal with Mark Spain. We got a guaranteed offer on our home, and it was easy. We skipped the showings and repairs. We had an all-cash offer for more than we expected and sold our home in less than a month. That came from one of their clients, Joshua. You can be a client too and share your testimony. Sell your home, house, or free with the strongest cash offer in the industry. Find out what Mark Spain's guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's no obligations. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Or call 855-299-SOLD.
With William Hill Sportsbook, you can make every Sunday night baseball matchup even more interesting. Hey, it's Joe Hug from 3HL, and when you play Williams Hill's money lines, you will win more when you're right. So
Thanks, Honk.
I am adding country music daily just for and for Austin, but mainly for her.
Austin Huff, yeah, he is a country music DJ now.
Oh, that's
in
right.
Chicago.
Morning show. Ooh. What time you get up?
Don, you want some Old Dominion? Just listen to US 99 every morning in Chicago.
There you go, in Chi-Town.
Yeah, what time do you get up? Morning radio guy, like that's a special skill set.
I've got my iced coffee right here, just to do this hit right now. I've got I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning.
You get up or you start?
I wake up at 4 in the morning.
Oh,
Our show starts
that's
at
not
6.
bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, no, that's so easy. It's so
Right.
easy.
So then you roll out of your penthouse, Michigan Avenue, Lake
Woo.
Michigan view apartment.
I
and then,
don't know if you can see on Zone TV or not, but I live in a penthouse. I got boxes everywhere. I
you
still
have a
haven't unpacked my
gigantic
office
box
yet.
of Chewy granola bars. What is going on there?
No. Chewy dog toys.
Oh.
Trust me. I wish they were Chewy granola bars.
Also, I'm gonna look at that as like product placement. As I'm looking at
There
this.
you
Yeah,
go.
I'm just trying to get an endorsement. That's all.
Are there a lot of
For my
country? Yeah. Are there a lot of country fans in Chicago?
Heck yeah, there are.
Surprisingly, yes. Yeah.
Wow, really?
I mean, there's just a lot of people in Chicago.
Yeah,
so
that's
naturally,
true.
Guess what?
yeah,
Mike
there's
left.
going to be a lot of
Everybody turned
everything.
country.
I
in
can't wait to
Chicago.
talk to you in the winter.
I can.
You're kidding me.
I know, morning radio.
Oh, in
That
the
wind
winter.
coming off the lake.
Oh, that just sounds like my HE double-L.
Yeah,
Right there.
It is. It's
Hey.
my HE double L too.
How can anyone have a rant about the Harlem Globetrotters? I'm really anxious to hear
Yeah.
this.
Well, and trust me, I got one. But before we get into that, I gotta wish a happy belated birthday to my guy Ron Slay.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
Appreciate that. Bird Slay. I like that. Yeah.
And part of me, and like, yeah, I know I've got a take about the Globetrotters today, but like part of me wants to just concede my time to hear Ron Slay talk more about Martin Short movies.
You like that?
You heard that?
From 1987.
I'm sorry.
Like imagine Ron trying to describe like Captain Ron or Mars Attacks or something.
See?
You know, like Father of the Bride.
That's up my alley. I got plenty of that in me. You can count on that. You throw them out there,
I'm here
awesome.
for it. I think you should start a movie podcast where you only break down Martin Short movies.
There's some good ones now.
people
Call it the
love
I
long
would
and
definitely
short of
listen.
it.
I would listen to the Jiminy Glick episode of that for sure.
Jiminy
I
Glick.
mean,
I caught that.
Hunk
Sorry,
just named it.
Hunk, that was good. I caught that.
The long and short of it.
Yes.
The hunk.
Oh yes,
We
yeah,
know who
no
the
innuendos there.
Know who the producer is?
Thanks, Swab.
No, all right, guys. So the Globetrotters, they want to be in the NBA. Did you guys see this? They're trying to get into the NBA.
Like as an expansion team?
Yes, as an expansion team, which makes sense for the NBA. I mean, okay. Just to get ahead of it, I am all for this move. I want the Globetrotters to be in the NBA. They dropped a public statement asking Adam Silver to allow them to be the NBA's next expansion franchise. And it read, as a world-renowned and legendary professional basketball team, we petition Commissioner Adam Silver, the NBA governors, and the powers that be to grant the original Harlem Globetrotters an NBA franchise. Not now, but right now.
What?
Like I'm all in. Like I am all in. Give me all the trick shots. Give me players giving referees wet willies. Give me players stealing fans' tubs of popcorn. Like I know the NBA has rules about hanging on the rim, but I'm pretty sure they don't have any rules about sitting or standing on the rim. So, like I don't see the downside here. Up until this season, New Yorkers have been starved for basketball. Like I don't know how much you guys know about the history of the Globetrotters, but they helped keep the NBA afloat in the early days.
Mm-hmm.
The Globetrotters drew sellout crowds in the 50s. The NBA couldn't get more than a couple thousand fans. So the Trotters agreed to play NBA teams in the first game of doubleheaders. Pretty sure we're well overdue for the NBA to return the favor, if you ask me. Like, what is anyone's biggest argument against this? Why? Because you think the NBA, like the Globetrotters would turn the NBA into a circus? Pretty sure the NBA already is a circus.
Like it isn't already, yes.
Yeah, and that's why we love it. Give us more circus. KD's burner accounts, LeVar Ball. Contavious Caldwell Pope played in an ankle monitor. All right. Remember Fat James Harden? Or as I like to call him, James Hardy's? Like, if anything, the Globetrotters would probably bring more normalcy back to the league. This is a league that locked a player in his own house during free agency and then did nothing but tweet emojis for the rest of the day. A player literally left a game in a wheelchair. I'm looking at you, Paul Pierce, because he had to poop. The Rockets and Clippers found hidden tunnels under Staples Center and nearly fought in them. Yeah, but sure, adding guys to the league named Hammer Harrelson and Cheese Chisholm and Lights Out Lee will make the league look silly. Okay, sure. Like, if you think this idea is crazy, why? Because their players throw buckets of confettis onto the refs? Just a few years ago, the NBA literally had a player throw soup on a coach. What's up, J.R. Smith? You don't want the Globetrotters depantsing their opponents? Why? They're already depantsing themselves. Remember the finals in 2016? We all saw your James, LeBron. At least the Globetrotters believe the Earth is an actual globe, unlike current NBA guys. Cough, Kyrie Irving, cough. Sorry, got something stuck in my throat. What you don't think, like you don't think people want to see trick shots? Then explain how Dude Perfect has over 56 million subscribers on YouTube.
Seriously.
Right? Guys like Eric Bledsoe are tweeting, I don't want to be here. But you know who does? Dizzy English, Big Easy Lofton, Highlight Burton, Hot Shot Swanson. Are you kidding me? Which do you think Hot Shot is a family name? Like that was like passed down? Like Hot Shot was his dad's name?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying these guys are entertaining as hell. All right. They got better alley-oops than Florida Gulf Coast that one year in the tournament. Better steals than when Charlie Villanueva had his toilet stolen. Better dunks than Ron Slay at a donut shop. All right. If the NBA is going to allow super teams, then why not the most super of all teams? The G-Trotters are the most American of basketball teams. They play with the red, white, and blue basketball. All right. Is the NBA afraid of the Globetrotters? Like, are they afraid of the fact that they have the highest winning percentage in the history of professional sports? Which honestly is a true fact, by the way. It's pretty crazy to think about. They haven't played an NBA team since 1949 when they beat the reigning champion Minneapolis Lakers. And if the Globetrotters were allowed in the NBA this season, they probably would have beaten the reigning champion Lakers again. All right. Adam Silver hinted at the NBA expanding back in December. So why not make that expansion team the Globetrotters? If you don't want to put them in Harlan, that's fine. Put them here in Chicago, where they originally started in 1926. Or, hell, put them in Nashville. All right? And then, since 31 is an uneven number, you probably need a 32nd team. Then bring a team to Seattle and name them the Washington Generals. Don't do it, all right? Not now, but right now.
I love it. Austin Huff. Guess what, Austin, guess what Ron Slay's first opportunity was after college?
Please tell me it was the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yes.
You're correct.
Yes.
Ron,
You're correct.
Did you take them up on it?
No, Austin. Listen, man. The problem was the presentation. They didn't present it to me right.
They don't have to. They're the Globetrotters.
That's what they thought.
Presented to you. Did they just show up in their striped shorts?
Yeah,
That's
they
all
did
had
with
to
the
do.
little stars and red and white and blue ball. I'm like, dude, I'm not.
With it spinning on their finger.
This is a clown show. I didn't want no
What?
parts of that.
You know what's funny?
So you went to Turkey.
I went to Turkey.
Yeah.
Istanbul, where I was dodging bombs. Yeah.
But that's
your Globetrotter name could have been like Ron John Silver or something.
Oh,
That
that's
sounds,
good.
yeah.
Oh, that's so.
Like,
and-
I'm so disappointed in you, Ron. I
Guess
love you,
what?
but I'm so disappointed in you.
Austin, I wanted to roll with it, man, but if the presentation would have been better, they should have had the guy that was the lead MC come in and do it and took me to a show and said, this could be you. I probably would have fell in love with it when I seen the crowd.
It's like perfect for your personality.
they had to show it to
Without
me,
question. Yeah.
They had to show
But
it to
instead
me.
you're like, no, I'm going to go play in Europe with guys like named Hans and Franz. Like, yeah, sure, Ron.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Hans, Franz, and Ron.
That was the trio, I mean. That was it.
Then we wouldn't have the Italy stories, though.
Yeah. And there was some great ones.
Cork Bats. So has Cork Bats earned its freedom?
No, we're still locked on Instagram. If anyone can help out, please slide into my DMs. Our Instagram account is deactivated and we need help.
How'd you
Hashtag
get-
free corked bats, please. It's corked with a K.
How did you get banned this time?
We posted a clip from a UFC fight and then UFC came headhunting for us. Like we didn't do it like we're not like trying to steal illegal content. We just shared a clip after the fight was over, and then yeah, sure enough, like 2 weeks later, they got our account deactivated.
Dana
So
White went after
if
you,
anyone
bro.
has any connections at Facebook or
Did
Instagram,
you say something negative about him?
No, nothing. Literally nothing. It was just we shared the clip, and they own the clip, and so I mean, like I admit, like yeah, we were in the wrong there, but I don't know. I feel like I don't think we should be deactivated like forever
that's
for
pretty
it.
harsh.
Corkpats.com, Courts with a K. Thank you, Austin. Have fun with that Chicago winner down the road. We'll talk with you next week, though, before all that happens.
Hey, thank you guys.
All right, there he is, Austin Huff. At Austin Huff, Corkpats.com.
Don't mess with UFC.
When we come back, Penny Hardaway's not afraid to mess with the NCAA.
Penny.
He's all in.
Penny.
He's staying in Memphis, and he made a hire. He gives zero.
Yes,
We'll explain next on 104.5 The Zone.
So, chatting Titans? Well, it's our favorite pastime. Your home for Titans football and the flagship of Titans radio. 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up? It's Slay. I want you to listen very carefully because I have the place for you when it comes to one of the largest selections of wine, whiskeys, spirits, and craft beers. That place, Red Dog Wine and Spirits. That's where I go. Yes, I have a deep voice right now. Do you like it? That's what I would like to ask. They have been in Franklin, Tennessee favorite over 20 years and are experts in all things beer, wine, and cocktails. Red Dog Wine and Spirits can help you select the perfect bottle of wine for dinner. Pick out that seasonal craft beer to share with your friends, especially when tailgating is coming around. Football season is around the corner. Or get the best bottle of bourbon for that special person in your life. Each Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Red Dog Wine and Spirits tasting bars open for you. They want you to try before you buy the most popular brands and the newest products available. Go where I go. Red Dog Wine and Spirits, Riverside Drive in Franklin, Tennessee, next to Publix off Highway 96. Online anytime at reddogwineandspirits.com. And 4th of July, this is special, people. They will be open from 12 to 5. So go to Red Dog Wine and Spirits in Franklin.
I'm Amy Lawrence with the CBS.
1045 The Zone. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. A Cumulus station. Trending now at 1045 The Zone.
All right, Mississippi State has confirmed Will Bednar will be on the hill for the Bulldogs tonight in Game 3 of the College World Series. It is a winner-take-all, and it starts tonight at 6 o'clock. You'll be able to hear every single pitch on 104.5 The Zone. Now, Vanderbilt has all but confirmed that Kumar Rocker will be on the hill, but we can fully expect that. Vanderbilt obviously took Game 1. Mississippi State took Game 2. Now, speaking of the Commodores, Austin Martin, the former Vanderbilt player, was just named to the MLB Futures game, which is going to be happening on Sunday, July 11th. You'll be able to watch that game on MLB Network. Now, Austin is the 16th overall prospect in minor league baseball. He is also the number 2 prospect for the Toronto Blue Jays. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans, the Vols, and 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
The 3HL with Brent Doherty, Don Davenport,
Hemp hearts.
And Babs is about to tweet it out. Take a picture and tweet it out.
There's a debate in the studio. So Don says that's got to be like J. Martin Ramones, right? And Slay, I think, accurately asked the proper question. Why do you not think that is Bucks?
Mm-hmm.
I would go Buck. See, that sounds like a Buck
It
item.
does sound like a Buck item.
Sounds like, yeah.
That sounds like a khaki above the knee item.
Sounds like something
Khaki short above the
that
knee.
his girlfriend bought
nasty.
him that he brought to the studio.
You think his girlfriend brought it?
I think his girlfriend bought it for him, and he brought it to the studio to get rid of.
Don's going to try some.
That's what I
So-
do.
Just hiding out.
My
Just
wife will
hiding
buy
out
me
guilt.
candy and all this stuff, and she'll say, take it to the studio, give it away to everybody.
This is what it says. It says, try on yogurt, smoothies, and salads! Exclamation point.
Now, the funny thing about that is, okay, see, I know my brother. Ramon likes yogurt. So he may have dumped that on the yogurt. But I think he would use granola, not that.
How
It
many
has
people?
no taste.
How many
It don't
people?
have no taste?
None.
How many people listening right now just said, "Wait, Ron and Ramon are brothers?"
Yeah, it's interesting.
Out of all that,
We
how many people just like wrecked their car?
Like real brothers.
Yeah. A lot
So-
of people say my brother. I say Brent's my brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. see? And then Babs my sister. So, I mean, like,
Bro!
and then Hunk's my other brother.
Don't leave me out over
My
here.
bad, Hunk.
There you go.
He
Maury,
wasn't
how does the
facing you.
text
I gotta
change?
if we
There
get
you
this
go.
glass out of here, I'd say I'm about to go on my Babs whining Wednesday Ron.
It is Whining Wednesday. If you want to whine about something, 615-737-1045. We have time for you.
See, I would be able to
By the
spin
way-
around and see you, Hunk.
There's no way that this glass is getting out of here.
Well,
It's
I
staying there.
heard word around the campfire that there is a movement to eradicate the COVID glass that we have in our studio, where we can all see. This is an us problem, not a you problem.
Right.
But it does turn into a you problem when we can't see each other, can't see the clock, we
Yep.
don't stay on time, all those things. But this is shelled hemp seeds. Did you try some?
Babs
Yeah,
said
it
that has no
doesn't taste like anything. It's like,
It
I mean,
doesn't
I
taste
don't
like
know what
weed.
it would add to your salad. Is it just a lot
It
of protein?
adds
I'm assuming it's
protein
protein.
And
Yeah.
omegas 3 and 6.
Okay.
See, okay, so now I think that's not Ramones.
I know,
You know
I
why?
told
we
y'all
take
that.
this. We take omega-3 vitamins.
See, I told you it's
we
the
don't need to
morning
get it.
shows.
No, it's not Ramones, Babs. Is what I said.
Oh.
Do we need to put out a Twitter poll before one of them takes?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Buck will put a poll out right now.
Please just tweet it out and said who do y'all think owns
I
these?
tweeted the picture. You can
Maybe Mickey
Take
sent
it
it
from
up here
mine.
for when he comes back in.
Mickey. You know,
Blaine.
Mickey.
Finicky
Mickey won't.
Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey doesn't eat crap. There's no way he's eating that.
Finicky
See,
Mickey.
here's where Blaine is. Like Blaine's got a big old sweet tooth.
Yeah.
So Blaine would use this to allow himself the
Eat this
opportunity
other
to
stuff.
eat something sweet.
So Babs.
Because he would justify it like, hey man, this is healthy. Look at this.
Hey.
Omegas 3 and 6, 12 grams. Hey man.
no flavor like avocado, Babs? You like avocado, man?
I love avocado.
Does it? It doesn't have any flavor either, does it?
Sure it does.
Okay, honestly, tell me. No,
I
seriously,
think
Brent, tell
every
me.
woman loves avocado.
I do too.
And I think about
I mean, I
half
like
of
it better
dudes
in
do.
guacamole.
But see, everybody tells. Okay, so this is what I asked.
I don't want
Does it
to.
have flavor?
I don't want to eat. You mentioned guacamole. I won't eat guacamole because it looks like something your cat threw up.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want.
Really?
chunky-
That's how you
Yes.
describe it?
Yes. Oh, I'm right.
It looks like.
It looks like your cat threw that up. I'm not eating that.
Oh my gosh. I love that you don't eat it because I just steal it out of your salads you bring.
She does.
Works
Yeah.
out for me.
The avocado. That's
And
what
see,
she's
the
talking
All
funny,
right.
I liked it in chopped when I got it. my
That's
salad,
Dawn
chopped
changing
salad.
the subject. Hey,
I'm
so,
changing the subject.
Yeah, I like what she does.
So
yeah.
there's two different ways we can go here. We can go Taylor Lewan tweet from yesterday because I want to get Slay's take on this.
Okay.
Or we can go Anthony Hardaway gives 0.
Oh, both of those. We got. Where are the euros? Did somebody take the euros?
I don't think so.
Are
They
you
should be
flipping a
there.
euro?
We're gonna flip the euro. Babs, you call it.
Well, we've got Todd Farman at 4:30, so we do have time here and at 4:20. It's funny we're talking about hemp seeds.
Call it, Babs.
Oh my lord,
What the freak?
All right, what? I don't know what's heads and tails. Only you do.
So the two or the land on one side of the coin.
Okay.
Well, you got to flip
Where'd
it
it go?
again because we didn't say what was what. All right, heads is Anthony Hardaway, tails is Taylor Lewan.
Tails.
All right, Taylor Lewan tweeted this yesterday during the show. Slipped. I think we found a new way to structure the show.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
like that. Yep.
Flip a euro. Taylor Lewan, tweet. Slipped and fell yesterday down a hill. ... My leg bent behind me. Comma. Got up and felt totally fine. Period. I'm back, baby. You went through an ACL?
Yeah.
Does that tweet give you any kind of pause or apprehension
Yes.
or terrified?
Yes,
looks
it does.
or-
Yes, it does. I had a situation like that, and social media went out. Thank the God.
You had a situation like
Thank
that.
you. Yes, it was not out.
Thank
so,
God social media wasn't out when you were at the University of Tennessee in general,
Mm.
because that could have been quite a show.
I'm telling you, it's worrisome, especially now with
you
NIL
think?
happening.
And that
It's gonna make it worse.
I think so too, Babs, because that's what I was just gonna say. I think NIL would have came in and played faster if
Yeah.
it would have been out then, because somebody would have sold it. My mom was a marketing genius. Anyway.
Dude, you would have had Gus's Good Times Deli
Oh,
logo
my
all over
goodness.
your
like,
mom.
all
he had
over.
shirts and everything. Work hard, slay harder. That was a shirt. Work hard, slay harder. And then Beyonce came out with it years later. But anyway, so this is my thing. Like, you got to be able to protect players.
You got to trademark stuff.
You
Slay.
remember that? Exactly. She came out with that. So, you got to be able to protect players from themselves, not only when they're in the confines of the team or physical therapy and all that and trying to tell them in the weight room to be cool, you're going to have your time, but when they're by themselves
don't
is the thing.
rush it. Don't
Yeah.
hurry. Yeah.
Like, it's going to feel good, man. You know this. Like, you know how it is with ankle injuries. It's the same thing with knee injuries. Like, it feels good, but it's not ready. Should I tell my story?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go into a Tony song.
Campus Pub is a what do you call it? Iconic place. Used to be on the strip, behind the strip,
Behind the
Knoxville.
bar.
in
Yeah.
Knoxville. Yeah, so it was a place that we used to go. It was about 2 a.m, 2:30. It was letting out,
But not
And
3 o'clock, Caden.
it wasn't. No, we were, and I was coming out to go home, not to drive around with anything.
With
I'm
weed
just-
in the car.
Yeah, no, I lived right up the hill at Gibbs. Hey, I was gonna get there.
All the brake lights were.
Yeah, we was good, baby, and we had
But you
designated
said-
drivers.
You said that, but you said you always walked places.
Yeah,
too.
like especially on the
But
strip.
that's what we did. We always walked to the strip.
And that's what made the strip lovely. When it had all the places, you could just walk to the strip. You ain't got to go off campus and anything. But anyway,
Did you
coming
have
down
an
the strip-
ACL? Was this coming off
ACL.
the ACL? Okay.
Yes, coming off the ACL, I'm doing everything to get back, and I am working. I'm like a crazed man doing physical therapy. I'm getting back. I'm trying to shorten the time, do whatever I got to do. So the strength is coming back rapidly.
Because you
And
knew
then-
you had one more year.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So with the strength coming back, I'm thinking, man, I'm there. I'm seeing my quads, my VMOs firing. Forget about
Yep.
that story, man.
Yep.
Got the VMOs firing. I'm looking at them, Derrick Henry. That's why I was, I'm kind of like Derrick Henry in that mode, but not him. But at the same time, him a little bit. But I'm coming down the steps of Campus Pub. I'm slick fried. I got my crutches. I get to the steps. I tell Dale Baker, hey, man, hold my crutches, man. I can do this, man. I can walk down these steps. Mind you, I'm not supposed to be
Without crutches.
without crutches. but I'm feeling
Slick fried with crutches.
Slick fried, and I've been working hard, and my VMO is firing. I think I can do it by myself. First step I take, knee gives out.
Oh.
I tumble down the steps. Tumble down the steps.
Did anybody see this?
Yeah, Dale and one more basketball player.
But nobody walking by.
No.
See, today, like, people would be
they
walking
would've had
by
it
with
on
a
camera.
cell phone. Yeah.
Oh, they would have sent that straight to the training room.
Jerry Green would have been like,
big trouble.
now
So, so my thing was, I get home, I'm like, dude, and I see it swelling up. So when it swole up, I'm like, dude, what am I gonna tell Chad, man, when I get to the training room?
Chad Newman.
Yeah, man. So I get to the training room the next morning, ice it up. Chad was like, man, it ain't responding right. Like, what? It's swollen. I'm like, man, Chad, I'm gonna be real, man. I was stupid last night, man. He was like, all right, listen, don't tell nobody. Let's just work
until
on it.
years later when you're on like the most popular sports station in the country.
Let's make sure everything is good. And it wasn't no damage or anything, and I was all right. But that's mentally as a player, man, you automatically think when you feel strength, you're good to go. You know what I mean? You can overcome anything, and that's not quite it, man. The doctors know, so.
So do you think so Taylor probably, when he fell, he was terrified.
Hey, man, I automatically.
So this tweet was because he knew everything was good and he felt really good.
That's
about
it. Yeah.
Like he felt the relief.
Because that's
so
what I
then
would have
he could
tweeted
tweet it out.
Yeah, I would have tweeted out loud. Yeah, man, I failed. Like, you can talk about it now because there ain't no damage.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I would have been talking about it if it was damaged. So, but I say that to say, Taylor, be careful, brother. Protect yourself.
Don't be walking on hills.
Nah, please, just be cool, man. Because he's coming off ACL, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little different. ACL, man. I always hit a stage where you hit a wall. And you got to bust it. It take 2 weeks. 2 weeks to, I know it, 2 weeks to bust through that wall of getting your knee back to where it's supposed to be. You'll do some great trajectory going up, then all of a sudden you just plateau out. You'll feel like, man, ain't nothing happening.
That's where it's hard, right?
That's where it's hard.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm doing everything possible. So.
Because an athlete wants to see the benefits of the work.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes. That's what keeps you working.
Really interesting. Yeah, good. I'm glad you brought that up. When we come back, we will dive into Anthony Hardaway and why he gives 0. That's coming up. Also, Todd Furman, a look behind some of these series that are going on in the NBA. Johnson, it looks like he's doubtful for Game 5. Where's Trey with regard to the Hawks? That series has turned really interesting. And what happens in the West?
Yeah.
Can the Clippers get one more and force that Game 7 against the Suns? We'll talk about that. Some college football futures. Lots to talk with Todd Furman about. All that coming up next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
The crazy guys in the afternoon.
What? Are you crazy?
Blaine and Mickey. Tomorrow afternoon, 1 to 3 on 104.5 The Zone.
Sports betting legal in Tennessee. I love that. I love local companies. Action 247 offers both. Listen up to the next segment and then bet accordingly. Action247.com is the website. Get signed up there. Even if you are partaking with another company, do this one too. Local Sportsbook, the only one in Tennessee. By Tennesseans, for Tennesseans, local company. Check out the website, action247.com. Get signed up. Download the apps. They are up and running on Apple and Android, and you are ready to go. College World Series, last game is tonight right here on 104.5 The Zone. 6 o'clock, no rain coming, so get ready. And you can bet it with action247.com. They have the lines for College World Series. Speaking of baseball, they now offer betting on AAA as well. That means they're the only book in the state where you can bet on these Sounds. So get that done if you're going to a Sounds game and add some eventfulness to your sports viewing pleasure. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. For gambling problem support, call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
and Ronaldo get together, and we have I'm about to show y'all the video. I might be able to post the video. It's a ritual. When we light it,
ritual.
When we light it, you got to be set and ready to go. So we got somebody filming us. When we light it, it's a whole. Listen, people.
So
some of the things I do, I can't explain.
You
just
do
gotta
this
see
at
it.
Ramon's house, or do you go like in a big field
No,
somewhere?
he got a big field in the back of his house.
Okay.
Something like. So
All right.
this is out, and we
Has it
actually
ever gone
caught
wrong
on fire.
back
Yeah,
there?
it kind of caught on fire a little bit. Accidentally.
Oh my god.
So do you alert? Like, is the fire department alerted before you guys do it? Just so they're aware of where they might be headed. That night?
we got it. We got
Are
it.
the neighbors alerted?
Oh, they right there watching it. They love it.
What about all the dogs?
Oh, the dogs love it.
No, my dogs hate it. I mean, like the anxiety level for my dogs is off the charts.
So
I have to
Her
drug
dogs are on
them.
anxiety medication.
That's it.
So am I. If I saw you guys doing that, I'd be like, do you know that you can blow your hand off
But guess
Yellow
what,
light.
though, Babs?
easily?
Guess what?
Blow your eye out?
You'll shoot
First
your
of all,
eye
that's
out.
not
One of
funny.
my one of
shouldn't
my
be
good
laughing
friends
at
from
that.
college, her husband blew his eye out.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, you gotta be. In all seriousness, you gotta be very careful.
Oh, we are very careful.
Minus,
oh,
minus
listen.
the whole cut the backyard
let me
on
tell you how it
fire.
caught on fire. This is how. Okay, we lit all the fireworks. It was wet out. You know what I mean? So it was a little mist out there too. So we were like, man, I'll just go cool off. Leave them out here. Let them cool off. We went over there, light up a stogie, sitting on the back porch, and we were looking like, all right, is that a fire? Hey man, that's a fire. Hey, that's a fire. Then Chad, Ramon's neighbor, came over with an extinguisher and put it out. So look, everything's taken care of.
Y'all didn't even put it out. Good thing the neighbor's on his game.
Yeah, man, we was gonna watch it.
I mean,
We
for
put some
the-
marshmallows. You
Hey.
can put some marshmallows
I
out there.
can't
Burn, baby,
even.
Burn, baby, burn.
It's
a good time.
It was a
It was a
disco
good time.
inferno.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We did set a dumpster on fire last year, and the fire department did have to come.
It was a literal dumpster fire.
Yeah, so we went through all the fireworks in the dumpster.
Well, isn't that appropriate with some VFLs out there, right? Oh!
You can go home now.
Oh.
It's not gonna get better than that joke. That was
I'm
good.
done. You know, you just teed me right up, right there.
And he's got nothing. He's got nothing to say.
See you July 6th. Have a good one.
Hey Paul,
And I'm out.
hey Paul, I need off, man. I'm done.
We still haven't got to penny. By the way,
All right.
speaking of fireworks,
Babs.
speaking of
I'm
fireworks, listen
kidding,
to this.
and I don't hate Tennessee.
Listen.
I love you guys.
Speaking of fireworks, Blaine and some of his friends were setting off some fireworks, and this was like after July 4th. And guess who comes down the driveway asking if they can keep it down? His kids were trying to sleep.
Keep it down. Wow, who?
Brant Snedeker.
Wow, that was real. Hey Blaine, Hitman, put that stuff out. Keep it down.
Sneds, Sneds is like, man, I've been trying to get these kids to sleep, and then here go these fireworks just blasting, and he comes down the driveway. He's like, man, can you guys? Oh, hey Blaine, what's up?
Oh my gosh. How about Sneds though? Sneds doesn't care. He'll walk right out.
Well, because
He's
Sned-
like the nicest guy
Listen,
ever.
Because
too.
Mrs. Sned said, hey, can you go tell those guys to shut the hell up?
Right?
I guarantee
Oh,
you
it's
that's
the worst. And the people in my neck of the woods who have been setting off fireworks for a week, you guys suck.
They already been setting them off.
Already.
They're not supposed to be doing that,
Us
Babs.
too.
I know. I know.
That's why I don't ever buy them. That's
It's
why we
illegal.
always that's
Within
why we
the
always
city
go to-
limits.
We go Ramon house. Babs, you live in the city limits. What do you mean?
I know.
I'm thinking it's you, Babs.
Yeah. Yeah, with my
But
four
why
dogs.
would you be setting them off now? I'm like you. Just, hey, man,
Wait.
all the hall at
Yeah,
one
all
time.
together. Hey, that's the fun in it.
I don't know.
Unless you're doing the little
Y'all,
black cats.
Blaine will tell the story much better than me because it's his story. Y'all call
Hit
Blaine
me.
and Mickey and ask him about that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so funny. Who shelled hemp seeds do you think this belongs to? 17% of y'all think it's Ramon Foster's bag of hemp seeds. 31% think it's Jason Martin. 52% think it's Buck Rising.
Look at that.
Mm.
By
Buck's
the
got
way-
a rep on him.
Anthony Hardaway gives 0. And he's being investigated. Like, they're being investigated by the NCAA.
And add to that, Brent, he's been being investigated since he left Memphis East. Put that in there too.
So now he hires Larry Brown as an assistant. The same Larry Brown who just served a 2-year show cause for academic fraud at SMU.
Talking about fireworks.
The same
I
Larry
forgot
Brown,
about that.
the same Larry Brown that was suspended for 30% of SMU games during the 2015-16 season. This from Barstool. The same Larry Brown who had violations and vacated games at Kansas and UCLA, the only other college teams he coached. This writer writes, honestly, I respect it. Larry Brown doesn't give a shiano about NCAA rules. Penny and Memphis don't give a shiano. Penny wanted Larry Brown on staff for years. Memphis never gave in until now. The reason? Memphis didn't want to deal with hiring a new coach. So Penny had been flirting with the NBA, apparently, and so now he gets Larry Brown. So they're going through this whole James Wiseman thing, and he hires Larry Brown, who's fresh off a 2-year show cause, which is hysterical to me.
So,
I mean, whatever works.
Penny, go.
All they have to do is be eligible for the fall. That's it.
Watch this. Hey, do you like Memphis basketball play?
who? Who you asking that to? You can't be asking that to me. I was just explaining to the cab driver who was from Tennessee. I know he came to Tennessee for a Titans game and said something about Memphis, and I told him, dude, we don't mess with Memphis like that.
There you
talking
go.
about?
What we always talk about it on this show.
do I
Like
like
if
Memphis?
you're not from Nashville, if you just moved to Nashville, there is this very real hate between Nashville and Memphis.
It's
And it's
real.
been there
And it's spectacular.
forever.
Yeah.
And it got worse when the Titans came
Yep.
and played like a season in Memphis,
Yep,
but
and
that
left.
was just while they were waiting for things to get going in Nashville. So that
Yeah.
even made it worse.
Yeah.
Worse than that. Yeah.
There ain't no going back.
Somebody tweeted, I thought this was funny with Penny. So I guess the story on Penny is that the interview for the head coaching job with Orlando was just a courtesy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got in there and it lasted a lot longer. And, rumors
away.
on the street were that he was really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, well, wait a second. It started as a courtesy, but they thought he might be our guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like kind of our dream guy right now.
Right. And
So,
yeah.
but anyway, I did think this was funny because, he makes a big deal of I'm staying at Memphis, whatever. And somebody, a UConn fan apparently, said Penny Hardaway's Memphis resume, requested all the smoke, landed #1 recruit in America, committed NCAA violations to play said recruit, said the recruit quit the team after 3 games, has 0 NCAA tournaments, and lost to Tulsa by 40 once.
Goodness. Hello. That's what we want
Like,
to come
that's
run
some
our franchise.
shade right there. Yes. So it'll be
I
interesting.
will say, man, even though I don't like Penny, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's the wrong term. I dislike Penny. How about that? That sounds a little bit better.
That's better.
Yeah, I dislike Penny because he coaches.
It actually
for
sounds
Memphis.
stronger.
Penny,
Yeah.
it should be, maybe it should be
But
Penny's
I don't
not
like
my
sound like-
favorite.
okay, there we go. Yeah, he's
not
not
my
one of my favorite. Even though he was my favorite growing up, loved him as a player.
Right.
But when he went back to Memphis State to coach, I just can't even mess with him no more. But I will say, knowing people that's involved in Memphis State basketball, he is a stickler for perfection and detail. So he's gonna be a good coach. You know what I mean? It could have the possibility of being a great coach if he can stick it out, man. It's just a different type of kid nowadays, man. And what you're coaching in high school and AAU is totally different once those kids get to college, because all of a sudden everybody nowadays is no longer looking at the dream of building up the university and leaving a mark on the university. They're looking at the jump ahead to the league, which Penny, who was a guy that was a generational type player, knows what it takes to get to that jump to the league. And he's looking at these guys like, you really don't have it, man. Just embrace what you have here, work very hard, and then with the winning comes those other opportunities. And these kids don't buy into that. So I think he has a hard time with that. I think he would be a better NBA
Shoot.
coach, actually.
I think that's almost every coach right now.
Yeah, and you
Like
see that's
Rick
why they're
Barnes
stepping away.
is one of the few coaches that is still like doing that right now.
You are exactly right.
I mean, that's why Coach K is like peace.
Yep. And you look around them, and they're getting more guys. And I'm not sure how Coach K was off the court, but I've been able to be around a guy like Coach Barnes, and his playful, joking humor, and the culture that he set is a little different than the guys that they would be trying to go get at Memphis State. That's just my
I love how you still call them Memphis State.
I do too. I'm like,
All
you
right,
mean the
just
University of Memphis?
my bad.
JB says, we good in Memphis.
Keep
Y'all
on
just
saying
worry about those sorry-ass Vols.
Hey, and that's cool. Hey,
See,
and guess what?
there
I love
it's
that.
coming.
And
There
I
you
love that.
go.
And see, that's
Ooh,
that's
I
what I
love the
expect.
hate.
I love that, and I expect that. That's what it is. Like, I remember when we
Bring
broke
it.
Memphis State hard. Yeah, that's why I'm just keep calling you Memphis State. I love when we broke y'all a little hard. You know, when Bobby Graham caught that catch and y'all thought y'all were going to spoil our little
I
season.
thought you were going to say when they were ranked number 1 in the FedEx Forum.
I didn't even want to get to that. I didn't even want to get to that. That did more than broke their heart. That put them in the pine box and hit the nail on top of it. Get rid of them.
Which I'm glad that didn't happen to you in Vegas. Maybe Todd
Yeah.
Furman was like somewhere behind trees
Yeah,
watching
Todd?
over you and making sure you were good. Is that true, Todd?
No, absolutely not. And Ron doesn't get to ask me any questions on this segment. Didn't shoot me a note, invite me out for a drink. Didn't offer to take me to dinner. No call, no show. Ron, you may as well sit this segment out. I'm going to talk to Brent and Dawn.
No, Todd, let me explain. Let me explain. See, you took it the wrong way. I put the bat signal in the air. You thought it was a light shining from the Luxor. That wasn't the light. That was me putting the back signal out to you saying, Todd, come save me. And you never answered it. You just left me there.
Well, I'm just glad you made it back in one piece. That's more than I can say about a lot of folks that make a pilgrimage out to the desert who return having sacrificed at least 10 to 15% of their soul.
At Todd Furman on Twitter. All right, NBA, where are we with this Eastern deal? Let's start there with Trae Young and with Giannis now. It looks like he's doubtful for Game 5. How can you even break down this series at this point?
I think when you're going about handicapping it, Brent, you have to assume that Giannis is done. I would be shocked if we saw him again out there in either games 5, 6, or 7.
Huh.
And it's amazing as you look at the life cycle for this series price. Going into Game 4, the Bucks were a 1-20 favorite. So if you believed in the Hawks potentially erasing that deficit, 10-1 was the going rate. Now all of a sudden with the Giannis injury, and we still don't know if Trae Young is going to be back in the mix for Atlanta, you're looking at the Bucks a modest $1.30 to $1.40 favorite at FanDuel. And I think what we saw in Game 4 was the Bucks had a chance to land a kill shot. They could have come out early and really given the Hawks a reason to fold their tents and go back to Milwaukee facing a 3-1 deficit. Instead, they spot the Hawks a 13-point lead. Giannis gets injured, and it's the Hawks that are brimming with confidence, believing that everybody can raise its level of play. And coming into the series, the Bucks' biggest edge was in the talent department. They were giving up something in the coaching box, and I think you're going to see that rear its ugly head going forward. I like the Hawks as a very live underdog here at plus $1.20, but I'd be more inclined to probably back them on the money line for Game 5 if they lost, then come over the top and bet them for the series at that point.
Todd, it was interesting yesterday when Trae Young was announced that he would not play, the line didn't move all that much. I think 2 points, right? Like, so at that point, a lot of people are thinking Trae Young's only worth 2 points. All the tickets are going toward Milwaukee. Is that what happened?
Well, that's part of it, but I mean, I almost drove off the road, Brent, because when it was announced that he was out, I was listening to a radio show, and guys were speculating the number was going to go from 7.5 to 11.5. And it's why I wish some of those folks actually booked bets, because I'd be able to make a small fortune. The reality of it was that Trae Young's potential absence was already built into that number in that 7.5 range. It was a hybrid price. If he was upgraded, that price would have ticked down a bit. But when he's officially ruled out, that number ballooned out to 8.5, 9. And you figure that the Hawks were going to put forth their best effort in the first quarter and first half. Well, the Bucks didn't do enough to weather that storm. And I can't tell you how many sports books told me that 9 out of every 10 tickets they wrote for the second half were on folks looking to chase the Bucks at minus 9.5, basically making them a 3-point underdog for the full game. And you've seen that the sum of the parts is oftentimes better than the individual. If anything, the Hawks were a more finely tuned defensive unit without Trae Young, and they were able to manufacture offense behind a savvy veteran in Lou Williams up front.
Todd Furman, our guy in Vegas. On the other side, Suns, Clippers, 8 o'clock on ESPN, 3-2 Phoenix with the lead. Can the Clippers force that Game 7?
It's crazy. I mean, I made a case for the Clippers being a live underdog in the series when they were 12-1 facing that 3-1 deficit. But I think that Game 5 performance had a lot more to do with the Phoenix Suns taking the collective exhale, having brought the series back home with a 3-1 lead. You're not going to get that kind of performance from Phoenix today, and I think this number speaks volumes, with the Suns having moved into a 1.5-point favorite. This, for me, is a lay it or don't play it type scenario. I think Chris Paul knows that things are breaking the right way for him, and he finally has a chance to get to that elusive NBA Finals, and it's not going to be lost on his Phoenix teammates, because if Phoenix were to lose this game, all the pressure in the world would be on their shoulders going back home. So what I think you'll see is Phoenix much more engaged defensively. They're going to try and do everything they can to neutralize Paul George and hold him in check and force other members of this Clippers roster to beat him. So for me, I lean towards the Suns, but like the under a bit more, 215.
Well, you've been spot on with me, Todd. You helped me last week, and I'm looking for you to help me again this week. So
there you go, Venmo him.
Yeah, well, he missed that opportunity by leaving me laying on the strip, and I won't say how. But I'm just saying, Todd, you in the College World Series right here, man. Vanderbilt versus Mississippi State. What do we got?
Yeah, Vanderbilt fans won't be happy to hear this, but this has been one of the biggest movers that we've seen all day. The Commodores opened right around $1.70 favorite for Game 3. That number has crashed 50 cents. So we're looking at it right around Vandy, minus $1.25 at this point. The over-under opened as high as 9.5. We're down to 7.5 as well. Kumar Rocker, of course, we know is waiting in the wings, but I think the biggest question that you have to ask, does Vandy have enough offense, and can they go out there and manufacture a few runs? I feel like 3 could be enough to get them over the hump. No strong conviction for me on the side here. I think the game to bet Mississippi State was yesterday, as Vanderbilt trotted out some arms that we hadn't seen on the field since the month of May. I would have made a case for under, but when you're talking about a 2-run market adjustment, no wiggle room there. But I will warn folks, don't bet with your heart in this spot. There's been some very real professional money that's come in on the dog.
Hey, Todd. Okay.
Don't bet with your heart. You heard that.
Yeah, I'm not in this.
That
in this
never
category.
happens over
No,
there.
why would I? I got Babs to make sure my heart's not there. Listen, Todd, we got Montreal and Tampa Bay. In my parlay last week, I won.
Todd gave everybody the Islanders last week.
Hey, yes, he did.
Yep.
He did give us the Islanders. Now, I'm taking Tampa Bay over them, over Montreal. Will it be a onslaught like it was in Game 1 or no?
I don't think we'll see something similar to what we saw unfold in Game 1. Montreal was overwhelmed, not only against Tampa in Game 1, where I think they struggled to adjust to the speed and the depth that we've seen from the Tampa forward units all postseason long, but it was a similar song and dance when they took on the Golden Knights. They lost Game 1 4-1, bounced back with a very good, complete performance in Game 2, and the rest was history. Now, Tampa is significantly better, in my opinion, than Vegas. I think they've been discounted in the betting market leading up to it. But I think Montreal realizes this has to be their best, most inspired effort to even up the series. When you look at the Canadiens, they have to be stronger on the puck. You have to get it in deep. You can't turn it over and create odd man rushes. But the biggest liability was with some of the youngsters. I mean, Tyler Toffoli, Nick Suzuki, and Cole Caulfield were a -3. They were overwhelmed by Tampa's first line. And I think you're going to look to try and take advantage of some of the matchups that are there. For me, I'd make a slight case for the under, but I do think the underdog is live. But as the number has ticked down a bit, not probably enough to get me to the window with a bet on Montreal.
So we're still at 1.5 for Montreal right now?
Yeah, Montreal, a 1.5 puck underdog on the puck line. You have to lay about $1.50. I can see that being the case. I think you're going to get Carey Price to be as dominant as he was in Game 1. Hopefully he gets a little help from his forward group. And one of the more amazing stats we've seen from this Canadiens team all postseason, when they score 2 goals or more, they're 11-0. So if 2 becomes the magic number, maybe they're able to get a cheap one early on Andre Vasilevsky and play with a lead, because Tampa is not a team that you want to be chasing against, just ask the Islanders, who succumbed 1-0 in Game 7.
And those fans scare me down in Tampa. So
I mean, they're out in full force.
Yes, they are.
Bolts, and for all the struggles that we've seen with the Rays and the Bucks over the years, Tampa has been the one common denominator. So it's one of the more underrated hockey cities when you're talking about some of the non-traditional markets out there.
Real quick, I want to get your take on Wimbledon. I was watching Roger Federer yesterday, and he looked more like a guy named Fodger Rederer. And he advanced simply because the guy retired during the match. What do you think about Wimbledon moving forward?
Yeah, pretty fortunate for Fed. It looked like all the momentum was on Adrian Manarino's side there, who came in as about a $6 underdog. Fed in his post-match interview, almost you could see some of that relief in his face. Clearly not the same guy. But for me, I think Novak Djokovic is way too expensive in terms of being installed as a favorite. Really? We've seen some of the court conditions not exactly up to snuff. Unfortunately, some premature retirements, not only for Fed's opponent, but of course Serena Williams bowing out with that knee injury. I look at the men's side, and I think a guy like Daniil Medvedev probably offers the most value if you're trying to find somebody to bet on. And from the women's side, I'll go a little bit further down the board. And if you want to try and find a ticket, and I'll butcher her name, a Ukrainian named Elena Ryabinka, right in that 22 to 25 range, I think she has a chance to surprise, as we've seen a lot of the favorites struggle early on. and create a wide open draw, maybe ripe for some opportunity out there.
That's where it's beautiful, where you talk about emotion is not involved when you can't pronounce the name of the woman you find value in at Wimbledon. I love it.
I had enough trouble trying to spell her name when I was looking to try and search for it before I placed a small bet going into the tournament. So
which is
that's
currently where I am, Todd.
Yeah, that's a little bit problematic in and of itself when you're trying to do that. And I'll see if I can track down the spelling, but I think it's Ryabinka is what I believe it is.
Nice.
All right, you will participate in the 3HL spelling bee when we have that happen. All right, Todd. Hey, thank you for cutting out some time for us. Appreciate it.
Hey, always a pleasure, guys. Have a great rest of the week.
Right, there he is, Todd Furman. At Todd Furman on Twitter. There, I mean, he just gave you Medvedev and Ryabinka in Wimbledon.
Way to go right there.
I mean, there you go. Hey, coming up at 5:20, Keon Johnson going through that NBA draft process. Set records at the NBA Combine. He'll join us at 5:20. Stay tuned. When we come back, Scottie Pippen out there.
Yes.
Also, Rick in Hendersonville. All that next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
The biggest topics. Will Bowling hosts the Zone Daily Podcast. Delivered every morning at 5 a.m. on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the entire Zone Podcast Network.
Let's talk about home loan rates because they're still really good right now. Incredible. Back down again. But you probably need to act fast, and all the more reason to call Loan Pronto right now to get your new home loan. Lock in the rate of your lifetime and take advantage of Loan Pronto's special zero-cost refi program. I know I talk about it. You hear me talk about it often. Well, I actually just wrapped up my zero-cost refi with Loan Pronto. Snagged a super low rate, didn't have any junk fees, didn't have closing costs, and they didn't just roll those into the loan either. It was really easy, too. All digital process, fast, easy. All I had to do was download my documents that I needed, which were not that many, and most loans get closed in 14 days. Mine did as well. Didn't even require an appraisal. So if you're interested in this, Loan Pronto, give them a call. See if they can help you. 615-499-5780. It was a smooth process for me. And you can just go to loanpronto.com and start the entire process. That's 615-499-5780. If your current mortgage rate still starts with a 3, act now, get a better rate, call Loan Pronto, and start that process before those rates spike again. 615-499-5780, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans eligible for zero cost.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
My husband
TV, if you want to watch the show, you can do it on Twitter, which is Twitter Live is Periscope, which a lot of y'all have been on the Periscope feed today. I mean, a lot.
Yes.
Big numbers on Periscope today. Facebook Live, you can do that. YouTube, subscribe to The Zone. And, of course, you can download the app. Twitch.
Twitch, please.
I was just straightening my pants up on
104.5 The Zone. You were doing what?
Just straightening my shorts up on Zone TV. I forgot we was on Zone TV.
As Don was dancing, you were straightening things.
Yeah, so you got a whole little shebang right there.
There's a lot there on a day-to-day
whole
basis.
little shebang right there, people.
Listen, I mean, somebody said we were off the rails yesterday. Like, off the rails means you have no idea what's going to happen day-to-day on this show because ultimately, a lot of times we don't either.
Yeah.
We're just going down the river, going with the current.
And the river's fun.
It is fun. Hopefully it's fun for you. It's fun for us. Goodlettsville and Nolensville tonight. I was talking about this district tournament. The winner goes to the state tournament. These are the kids that are trying to get to Williamsport, Pennsylvania to play in the Little League World Series. And Goodlettsville has been twice in the last 10 years. Nolensville, South Nashville has been twice in the last 10 years. So the winner of tonight's game goes to the state tournament. These two teams have won the state tournament the last 10 years. So this is a big game tonight at 7 o'clock, and you can watch it. I know on the Nolensville Baseball Facebook page, they'll put a live feed on it. But those kids, man, play their hearts out. I had a kid that went through it. It is something that's really, really special, and the coaches are awesome people. And we visited with Chris Mercado last week about it, and looking forward to it. So I'll be watching that and Vanderbilt tonight at Vanderbilt, Mississippi State. Vanderbilt trying to get its third College World Series title, second in a row. Mississippi State looking for its first natty in any sport. They never won a national championship in any sport.
I mean, nothing.
Nothing.
Swimming, nothing.
Nothing. No team sport.
No team sport.
Okay, I was like, golly, they ain't got one fast track person?
I think it was like bass,
just one?
Maybe bass fishing or something like that.
Eric Molds ran real fast.
Right.
Bale
yeah,
swinging.
no team.
Man, that's tough.
It's funny. I was actually listening to our radio station and the broadcast, and they were talking about Mississippi State and the lack of national team championship, and they talked about how hungry this fan base is for just any kind of success. And I just thought, imagine if Tennessee was there.
I was going to say Tennessee
and
fan
Vitella. Yeah, I'm like, God, are you kidding me? Like, if that fan base were there, they would take over that park.
Oh my God,
take over that park, and it'd be kind of the same conversation.
I think Vitella is on the track there.
Yeah.
Did the girls, the women's team lost in basketball? And then they went to the championship.
Are
you talking about Mississippi State?
They beat UConn in the Final Four and then lost in the championship.
Yeah, okay, they lost in the championship.
Yep.
Dang, that's tough, man.
Notre Dame, maybe?
Vic Schaefer, right? Was
Yeah,
still there.
yeah, and he left
then
and went to-
bolted.
yeah, yep.
Vic Schaefer's awesome.
He's a winner.
Speaking
Dude,
of Vic,
he's
let's get Rick from Hendersonville in before the top of the hour. Keon Johnson coming up in the next hour. Rick, what's up? How are you?
Hey, doing great. Slay, you're talking Shiano when you're talking about how the dogs love the fireworks. I hope to hell that Ramon lives on the beach side of Hendersonville and not the Hendersonville High School side. I have got a Great Pyrenees that we have to provide with doggy downers 3 days in advance of fireworks.
It's true.
Go watch fireworks at the public parks or wherever they do it. There is no reason to shoot them off in your backyard.
Dang, Rick is coming hard for all the dog owners out there.
I love it. Rick. I'm gonna try my best, man. But this was what
You're
I'm saying.
lying.
No, we saw the videos.
We saw the
Ready,
videos.
set, hike. Boom.
Yeah. High knees.
Whole neighborhood.
It's the knees.
It's the knees. High stepping.
You gotta high step.
Watch those little potholes in that.
But listen,
in that
should,
big yard.
The dogs should get mad. They should get madder at the ambulance and the fire trucks. They are there all the time. They're there year round playing.
I think it's a frequency
They are.
thing. I think it's a frequency
that is
thing.
a terrible comparison.
Dude, they go bananas when they hear the ambulance and fire truck, don't they? No. Are y'all lying?
Slay, have you ever looked closely at my nose?
Lil Ron said capping. Are y'all capping?
I got bit by a dog when fireworks went off.
Ooh, uh-oh.
I have a nostril that caves in when I breathe.
Zeus
I'm
wouldn't dare
sorry.
do nothing like that.
I was just worrying about the dog's feelings.
Zeus would never do anything like
cap.
that. That's what LeBron started
That's what
saying.
the kids say,
Yeah, no capping. Are you capping? Are you capping, Babs? That's what
I don't know that you're using that correctly, but
I
yeah.
don't.
No, this is the way LeBron using it.
That sounds bad.
I mean, I don't know.
Like you say capping, and I immediately think capping somebody.
Like Captain D's.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not capping anybody yet.
All right, Ice Cube. Good Lord. Okay.
It means to be described as a liar.
There you go.
We didn't get to Scottie Pippen, and we need to talk. We need to talk Vandy, Mississippi State as well, and Keon Johnson coming up. Also,
yes, and
a
we
giveaway.
at least need one Vegas story here.
A giveaway.
I got you.
4-pack of tickets to Holiday World and Splash and Safari at 5:15 ish.
We're doing this at 5:15.
We're determined.
Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
No one knows Titans football more than Buck Rising. The Buck Rising Show. Tomorrow morning starting at 10 on 104.5 The Zone.
Sports betting legal in Tennessee. Love that. Love local companies. Action247.com is the website that offers both. The only local legal sports book in the state of Tennessee. Action247.com. By Tennesseans, for Tennesseans. You've got the NBA action going on. And you can get your action with action247.com. You've got the NHL. Game 2 is tonight. Also, the College World Series. In its last game, they offer live betting during the College World Series game as well. Speaking of baseball, they offer betting on AAA. Means you can go to the Sounds game and have something on it, too. Lots going on with action247.com. Download the apps. They're up and running on Apple and Android. These are the guys I use. Would advise you to take a look at it. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. For gambling problem support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Parkway northwest of town. Also in Williamson County, we have a stalled vehicle blocking the right shoulder at 840 westbound right at I-65 and another crash at West End Avenue at 23rd Avenue. Also be on the lookout for a crash at Roselle Parks Boulevard near Madison Street and another in Antioch at Murfreesboro Pike east of Franklin Limestone Road. I'm Joshua Clay with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
From the Mark Spain Real Estate Studio, WGFX Gallatin, Nashville, a Cumulus station. Our season never ends. Your home for Titans and Vols football. Trending now at 104.5 The Zone.
1 hour is all we've got until Game 3 of the College World Series. Will Vanderbilt become the first back-to-back national champion in college baseball since 2010-2011 South Carolina? Or will Mississippi State win their first team national championship? Both teams have confirmed their starting pitchers. Mississippi State is, yes, going with Will Bednar, and Vanderbilt is putting on, as assumed, Kumar Rocker on the hill for the Commodores. When it comes to Commodore baseball, Austin Martin has also become the next player to make the MLB Futures game for Vanderbilt, as he's the number 16 overall prospect in baseball and the number 2 overall prospect in the Toronto Blue Jays organization. And congratulations to Candace Parker. She was just announced to the WNBA All-Star game. It is her 6th time making the game, and that game will be taking place July 14th in Las Vegas. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans, the Vols, in that final hour of 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
The 3HL with Brent Doherty.
I like that, Babs.
Welcome back. Hey, the voice sounds better. Like as we're going through the show,
Yeah.
you had like a Barry White vibe earlier.
So all of that came from me drinking water finally.
Finally.
Look at that.
Yeah, look what water does.
Wait,
See,
you
Babs,
didn't-
that's just letting you know.
Hydration. Hydration's
You
the key.
probably didn't drink any water for the last 2 days you were in Vegas.
I
did
drank
you?
a little bitty body. What? A little bit of.
It's.
Are you
Did
thinking
you
about-
did you drink water with your other liquids that went into your
This
body?
time I usually do. This time I didn't.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'll just.
So when we say survive in advance,
This was really it.
this is it.
Just put some water in with your Uncle Tito, and
I couldn't.
and then you're hydrating.
They were
and
coming too fast.
getting your game going and everything.
The bottles were coming too fast. I'm so proud of Dawn though, because of Friday I was so disappointed in Dawn because her water was
Friday
all the
was
way
a
to
bad
the top.
day.
I took a picture of it and sent it to him.
Yeah, like today is that's
You
the
guys-
Babs I know right there.
You guys need each other.
Yeah, we do.
I know he holds me
And I'm just like-
accountable.
I'm just the moderator.
You're like a conductor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Point
tell
guard.
us- Yeah, that's see, I'm the rock.
Happy birthday, AJ Brown. I think that's
Yes.
important to get that out there
Don't
today.
vibe with me.
24 years old.
Yep.
You vibing?
I was talking to
AJ,
Mr. Babs
hydrate.
about it this
Hydrate.
morning. Yeah. And
Please hydrate.
by the way, what was he covered in? Gucci? In that picture, that social
Slade
media
was covered
picture?
in Gucci on the plane coming back here.
Was that a Gucci fanny pack that you
Nah, I
had?
was backpack. I'm not.
Okay.
And I don't understand. I'm not.
You're not a
not
fanny
even
pack
gonna
guy.
go there, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, AJ Brown posted a picture of himself, and I mean covered like head to toe right? Even the shoes,
Yes.
there's like fur coming out of the top of his shoes. I
Boots
don't
with
know.
the fur?
I'm not. Yes,
AJ Brown had boots with the fur.
it's not boots.
No,
They're
but it's-
like loafers with the fur.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Now coming out, it's like around the heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am not stylish. I've never pretended to be. I mean, I didn't start wearing skinny jeans until they were around for like 4 years, and now I love them, and now they're changing and they're out of style.
Mom
and-
jeans are in now.
which is nobody looks good in mom jeans. What are they do? What are we doing?
Moms look
Youth
great in
of
mom jeans.
America. What are you doing?
Yeah, you're right.
They're just
Like
preparing.
the high-waisted stuff doesn't nobody
Bell
looks good
bottoms
in
are
it.
coming back too.
But now bell bottoms I can do.
You like them right now?
Oh, I can do
But
that.
what about guys? You know they're trying to make them for guys too.
I'm sure you can rock some
I
bell
wish
bottoms.
I would. I wish I would.
I
It
wish
took
you would.
forever
Yeah.
to get me into not even skinny jeans, but just the slim fit.
Really?
I go slim fit. I can't go skinny. That's,
Nah, you're
What
you're
about
too
leather
big.
pants? You go leather pants ever?
I did do leather pants one time. Me and Vincent Yarbrough. We had a.
Okay, he's pretty.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You saying Ron Slay's not?
Yeah, darn. What was that, bad?
no, you're pretty too, Slay. But like Vincent's like really pretty. Like I could see
Hey,
him
pretty boy.
GQing
Those
some
that's him.
green
Oh.
leather
Ooh,
pants.
Those
boy,
green eyes get
Hey
him.
man, that boy would love that. Hey man, so this is funny. This is the funny thing about my boy Nasty. See,
You call him nasty.
and that's why I was
By the
saying,
way, anybody
Nasty gonna
that
get
just moved here, if they don't know him,
Yeah.
Tennessee basketball player back in the day
Oh,
with
he's so
Slay.
good.
SEC legend
So
also.
good.
When
Yes.
he
About 3
when
years
he
before me.
announced that he was going to go to Tennessee, I remember him saying this. He said, "Tennessee is a sleeping giant. I want to be a part of its awakening."
That was real.
Isn't that great?
That's him too. That's him.
So
man.
good.
That dude right there, man, is something else. So we had an interview coming in our sophomore year with Andy Katz when he was still working with ESPN. They came in and did a one-on-two interview with me and Vince, and we were supposed to be shooting pool, talking, and just shooting the breeze. So we were like, man, we finna be on ESPN. They finna do a special on us. Dude, we got to be fly.
You wore leather pants for that?
So let me tell you how it went down.
For Andy Katz.
They were the baggy kind, no Babs. They were the baggy kind. So y'all remember Wilson's Leather used to be in the mall, and we had one down here also, but it was one in Knoxville. And I had the leather coat already. So I was like, hey, man, what if we put the big white T-shirt on with the leather coat, with the black baggy leather pants, with the Timberlands, and we do it like that. And we
Who
did.
are y'all, Boys
and
to
we,
Men?
we did it matching,
It's a
dog.
Puff Daddy
Hey,
video.
man, couldn't nobody tell us we wasn't the coldest thing on this side of the Mississippi, man. I'm telling you, dog, it was cold-blooded. It was cold-blooded. And you're right. Vince is a guy, pretty boy. I'm talking about, hey, man, them eyes, he'll get you. And this how you know, this how we knew when Vince thought he was all the way in cool Mac Daddy mode. So he's a little slew-footed already, right? But the more handsome he thinks he gets and the more fly he think he is, his feet go out even more. So if he comes as you walking
Like
with his
wobbling.
feet like this, hey, man,
Like a clown.
he's in his mode, boy. It's about to go down. Hey, man, hilarious. That's my dog, man. Vincent, y'all, bro. We got to get him on the show.
Hey, Cuzzo Mike
That's
has
so
called
good.
in. I think he wants to tell you happy
Cuzzo!
birthday. Cuzzo, what's up?
What up, though?
Car ain't got no roof.
Hey,
We be in the city.
Man, all up in the city.
Yeah.
The verse I want to say, I can't
Yeah,
say
you
that
can't say
word.
that. That's all.
Yeah. It's got a guard tool in it, you know. But yeah, man, I was calling up to say one thing, you know. Yeah, Moan is your brother and I'm your cousin that I'm always trying to come through and get you to invest in stuff. So, you know, whenever you ready to invest in my GoFundMe to move me back to Tennessee, you know, I'm with that. You did?
I got you,
But-
cuz. We're going to mount up on that thing.
Yeah, man, we're gonna make that happen. But also, everybody on you about being late, and for me, I'm late all the time too. And you know what our grandparents, our elders used to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
We on CP time.
You better know it.
If you don't,
You better know it.
Yeah, if you don't know what CP time is, I'm gonna tell you that's color people time.
Yeah.
I mean, we gonna get there
was like,
when the
what's
hell we get there. Now, if you, my Caucasian brothers, if you ain't invited to the barbecue, don't you try that joke, okay? But
Okay.
we on CP time. We gonna get there when
It's
the hell we
Caucasian
get
people
there.
time, Cuzzo.
I was going to say, C stands for Caucasian.
Hey,
Uh-uh.
Don't you take that from us.
Yeah.
Don't you take that from us, Don. We had to work hard for that colored people time. Don't you take that from us. All right,
man,
so I
I
love
love
y'all. Y'all stay up.
Hey,
Dude.
good to hear your voice,
Cuzzo
man.
Mike, man. Hey, dude. So that was the motto, man. That was the motto for the whole weekend.
By the way,
I ain't got no roof.
I get it now.
really
It's a
didn't.
song.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
But
Did you know that, Brent?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got dirty
Yeah.
words.
Okay, see, so I bet there's a bunch of people listening that had no idea that Car Ain't Got No Roof comes from a song.
Yeah.
It comes from the song We in the City by Young Dro.
Yeah.
There you go.
So he
Look
say,
at that.
I ain't got no roof. We be in the city, and all my people with me.
Okay.
So when we coming through the hotel
I
lobbies or the
gotcha.
casino or we in the club, car ain't got no roof. We be in the city.
Nobody has more fun in life than Ron
Ron
Slay.
Slay.
I'm telling you.
Love it.
Hey, man, you
Ke-
supposed to,
Keon
man.
Johnson going through the NBA draft process.
Yes.
Yes.
And he is a projected top 10 pick. He set NBA Combine records. Keon Johnson scheduled to join us next. Stay tuned. This is 3HL.
Believe me, they sound better than they look. 1045 The Zone TV. Live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Periscope.
What? We sound better than we look? Hold on. I don't know how I feel about that promo. Wait a
I'll
second.
speak for myself, yes.
No, as a whole, right? As a whole. Hey, I'll tell you who sounds and looks good all the time. That's my friends at Two Rivers Ford. And that's all of these amazing vehicles they have right now as well, because if you haven't paid attention to what's going on at Ford lately, they've introduced some cool vehicles. The all-new 2021 F-150 with a power onboard generator. They've got the 2022 all-electric F-150 Lightning. The Ford Maverick pickup is another one. The all-electric Mustang Mach-E is back. And, of course, the Bronco. The Bronco is back. I saw one on the road the other day, and it's beautiful. When it comes to technology, Ford is cutting edge. The Ford Pass app syncs with your vehicle. It lets you start your car from your phone. It alerts you when you need service, loaded with the technology that you want. And if you're all about a Ford, there's only one place that you can go. It would be the place that has given their customers the same honest, upfront pricing, unparalleled buying experience, all of that since 1983. The home of non-commissioned salespeople, Two Rivers Ford. Go see them. Call them. See what Ford has to offer. It's Two Rivers Ford, powered by Ford and driven by people.
Time is running out on the hottest financing deal of the year at Genesis Diamonds. You have until Wednesday.
Ray Stevens song, Margaret's Me Again. But the reason I called, the mayor, I talked yesterday about, buying the thing.
Buying the
and
radio
I hit
station.
The law. I'm sorry?
Yeah, buying the radio
buying
station.
the zone. Buying the zone.
Uncle Bob wants to buy 104.5 The Zone.
Hey.
Sir Ron, you missed this conversation yesterday, sir, but I'm glad you're home safe.
Thank you.
But I didn't mean to skip over you, Mayor. I said put Lucas, and I got to put Joe with him in charge. I thought, Mayor, you and I would just sit back and supervise, drink beer, and eat pizza. So
Yeah,
that was my intent. But anyway, because they're real young, let them run. But anyway, I'll leave you with this. Sometimes when a hammer's the only tool you got, everything looks like a nail. God bless you.
I like that. I like that, Uncle Bob.
Philosophizing right there.
Sometimes, man, you just hammer. You the hammer and they the nail. Make sure you're not the nail.
You're either one or the other.
Don't be the nail.
Bug or windshield. Same
That's like
thing.
the movie Rounders starts with that line like, after 30 minutes, if you can't tell who the dope is at the table, then you're the dope. They use a different word, but I can't remember what it is. But that's true.
Yeah.
If you can't tell who the goofball is, then you're the goofball.
Yeah.
Karen on Twitter, when Ron started talking about no roof, I honest to God thought he meant he rented a convertible in Vegas.
See, I'm not the only one.
And guess what, though, Karen? You're not
that's
wrong.
funny.
You're not wrong.
You did rent a
Yeah, we did some exotic car racing also.
Yeah, what'd you drive?
That doesn't mean like
drove a
strippers in the car.
Yeah,
because that was my next question.
Yeah, that could have.
That doesn't mean that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be far-fetched in Vegas either. But, yeah, this was the exotic car racing. I was in a vet. I actually got the Porsche 911 and got the Porsche 911. Couldn't fit in the Porsche 911, so I had to switch to the vet. So they gave me an extra lap, though.
We saw the video. He's got like a driving instructor next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps
in the Porsche.
He keeps telling Ron to punch it. More throttle, he kept saying.
More throttle.
Yeah.
More throttle.
Go.
Go, bud.
Go.
Come on, bud. Go, bud.
How fast did you get to?
I think I got the 117. I got to go back and look at it.
117.
I hit that on the interstate, Slay.
Yeah, there's Dawn on
in
65
in my
South.
SUV.
But
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Here in about 45 minutes. Look out.
The thing is, though, man,
when you're
the
on that,
degree
because you're
turn,
around,
you're on a track.
right? Yes.
Yeah, with real live curves. And if you tap that brake,
real live.
Yeah, these are some real live curves, not the little baby curves out here at the stop sign. You turn right. You know what I mean? You're on a real live track. And he was telling you, if you tap that brake, you'll fishtail.
Yeah.
So you got to throttle through the curve.
And you don't
You're not
realize
used to
the
that.
bank
Yeah,
on those tracks.
exactly.
Either.
And you're not turning. You're used to turning in the building, but you turning like this, and you can't turn like that. You just got to kind of guide the wheel. It's different. I got a whole new respect for
Race car
drivers. Yeah, they are athletes. So anybody say they're not, they're athletes.
There you go.
This guy's an athlete. Keon Johnson joins us now on 3HL. Keon, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good.
There he is. What's up, Keon?
What's up?
Glad you could join us, VFL, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I feel like we've been along for the ride on some level. Like we had you on right after you committed to Tennessee. You had that great season last season. Here you are going through the NBA draft process. Has it flown by for you, or are these events in your life so big that it feels like it has taken time?
I'm just taking the course right now, step by step. It really hasn't hit me yet.
Yeah.
But just going through this whole process, I mean, I feel like it's all a part of God's plan, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Man, that's what it is, Keon, man. It's different phases that you go through, man. Make sure you go through the phases and you engulf yourself in it, dude. Do not look ahead. Take everything like what you did at the draft combine, dude. That was one step. You just shattered a record because you was lasered in focused and you used your God-given talent, man. So now it's another step. After the draft will be another step, and you just keep resetting. But the whole time, man, if I can give you any advice, dog, and you at a whole different level, but keep your head down, man, and don't never look at the lights. Keep your head down and just keep grinding. I promise all of it's going to play out.
Appreciate it.
Keon, I want to talk about that record. 20-year-old record is what you broke. I mean, it isn't something that, somebody did 2 years ago that you just came and broke. I mean, that thing was was there for a while in your insane vertical jump. So just talk us through the actual process of the jump, and did you know that it was that legit in the moment?
Going into the pre-draft process, I've been training out in a facility in California called Proactive Sports, and the first day that I got there, they tested my vertical, and it was like maybe a 39 standing, and then my approach was a 44. So I kind of knew going in that I could possibly break the combine record. So throughout this whole process, I've been just trying to get stronger in many different assets to help implement my game. But as leading up to the NBA combine, I knew that I could potentially break the record. I just didn't know by how much. I never really tested my vertical up until I got to this point. So being able to see how much the numbers have changed in the course of maybe a month or two, it motivates me to go even harder because I see the work translating into my game, and I see myself getting better each and every day.
Can you get to 50?
I believe I can get 50.
I believe you, too.
And guess what, Keon? You never tested your vertical, but Georgia did. And I'm sure that young man, watch your head, young man. Watch your head.
Dead body.
It was a dead body. You outlined that man. Goodness gracious. I bet he thought you was 49 and a half right then. I forget the 48 and a half.
Hey, Keon, you mentioned the translate to your game. Take us through that, because it's an interesting conversation that people have when it comes to sports, and you look at the NFL Combine, NBA Combine, it's okay, vertical and bench press and this and 40 and whatever, but does that translate to the field, to the court? So how have you seen kind of that work on those numbers translate into your game? What's been the difference, and even really the development since you went since you spent time at Tennessee?
Just as far as my vertical, I know that I'll be able to show my athleticism in game, but I also know too that I have to have the outside game as well. I feel like I'm becoming more comfortable handling the ball, and as well as making shots outside the perimeter. And just me knowing that, it only opens up my game even more. It just allows me to get to the rim and show my athleticism even more, just because I can knock down those outside shots and get to my open spots outside the perimeter.
Keon Johnson with us on 3HL. Keon, how much of a grind is this whole Chicago experience, this pre-draft experience?
It's certainly a grind, but the grind didn't start because I'm going through the pre-draft process. I've been grinding pretty much throughout this whole process of making it up to the NBA. So it's certainly something that's different for me, but I've adjusted to it and embraced this whole process.
Was it an easy decision for you to go to the NBA? How much thought did you actually give to coming back to Tennessee for one more year?
I thought about it a while.
You did?
After we had lost our last game, I probably sat at home for maybe a week or two just debating on what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to come back to Tennessee because I felt like we could have won a national championship going into the University of Tennessee. I knew that was my goal. I really wasn't too fond of the personal accolades or whatever. And as far as the NBA process, my goal was to get my education, make sure my education was done before anything else happened. But if the NBA was a part of the discussion, then it would be something that I'd talk about or think about. But my first goal was either win a national championship and just to get my education over with. But the process came a lot sooner, and I feel like I've been prepared leading up to now.
Well, we appreciate you being on the show, and I would argue that it's been pretty easy at this point. Now I'm going to turn you over to the man. I said it earlier, the myth, the legend, Ron Slay. He's going to put you in the boom boom room. I don't know what he's got for you, Keon, but we're here. Me and Don are here to back you up.
All right, Keon. Listen, man. You're walking into the boom boom room. The door is locked. You got to keep your arms and legs inside the ride, and you cannot exit until you answer every question fully and truthfully in the boom boom room. Are you ready and you understand the rules?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
He's so calm.
That's it. Yeah, don't phase him. Don't phase him. I like it.
Bill Cartwright do this to you, Ron Slay. At some point.
We got to see. We got to see. Now that you are a VFL, Keon, just tell me what that brotherhood means to you.
The brotherhood means a lot to me. Just as far as whenever other balls see another ball's success, we always support each other, and we're always lifting each other up in spirit. We all want to see each other do well, and I see once I reach the stage of being involved for life, there's been times where I contact other guys that are balls and just encourage them or pick their brain a little bit.
That's big time right there. Anyone that knows you knows what family and loyalty means to you, especially people here in Tennessee that were able to follow you at the Webb School and then on to Tennessee and know how much your family means to you. Talk about that decision and what that played into you getting ready to go into the draft.
Just family and loyalty is just something that's been instilled with me ever since I started growing up. I also knew, too, that going into the different stages that I'd be going into, I knew that my family would always have me, and I knew that loyalty would be something that I have to rely on. And I feel like as long as I've got my family and as long as people that are loyal to me are around me, then I'm in good hands in the long run.
Mm-hmm. So now we got to give a shout out to EAB. I'm a big AAU guy. I like AAU. We give a shout out to EAB. You take that EAB team and put them up against, let's say, one of these teams out here like Bradley Bill Elite, and they can pick whoever they want, or Mocan Elite. What do you think the outcome is? You run the table on these guys or what?
Man, EAB. We walk in the gym, scream EAB. So I'll scream it to the day I die. I like being the underdog.
Yeah.
That motivates me even more. As just having that table of EAB around me. I feel like everybody they love each other, and it's just a great program for the younger generation.
Yeah, no doubt. So, you got 3 questions, Keon. You're doing a good job right now. You're answering thoroughly. You're actually calm. I see your heart rate hasn't rose. Now let's get busy. I was at the Chicago pre-draft camp, Keon. I want to know, do they still have the treadmill there?
The treadmill?
Did you have to get on the treadmill at the Chicago pre-draft camp?
You don't have to get on the treadmill.
What?
See, everything's changed, man.
Hey, boy,
if you'd have come through there now.
Dude, it's been 20 years.
Man, I don't care. They cheating y'all. That treadmill that's the devil.
Even though you don't have to, I still got on the treadmill before I got on the court.
That's my dog. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so one more thing. Did y'all have to lift? Did y'all have to hit the 185?
We didn't. I didn't.
Okay, but how many times would you tap that 185 if you did have to lift it?
8 to 10.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Carmelo did too. So, yeah, good job, Keon. Now, with that 48.5-inch vertical, and I need you to be truthfully honest, where you see yourself going in this draft? Top 10 or top 5? Because I'll put you at 5.
I'm really not too big on number. I'm more about fit.
That's
so
cool.
Wherever between those two, if I fit, I know that I'll adjust, make the right changes for me to get on the court.
Well, let me go on out there on the limb and let you know, man. Orlando moved on from what's his name? What's McGordon? So that 3 spot is open, and it's nice. That 2-3 spot is open, man. You look real good down there. That's top 5 right there, Keon. So I'm gonna do my homework, brother. I'm gonna do my homework. One more thing, Keon, man. You got one thing you would have to purchase once you made it to the draft. What would it be?
I'm getting me a boat.
I like that.
A boat.
I like that. I'm on the boat
with T-Pain.
Swimming with dolphins.
Hey,
Okay.
I love it. Hey, Keon,
Hey,
man, I'm
Orlando.
unlocking the door, man. I'm going to let you out. You are out of the boom boom room. Good job, brother.
Appreciate it.
I love the Orlando thing, though, but here's the thing. We can go visit Keon, go watch the game, bring the kids, go to Disney. I mean, all kinds of possibilities.
So this is the thing. When you're
We're just going to invade.
This is what I'm telling Keon. When you're in the boom boom room, see, I take those answers, man, and I lock them in and I write them down. And I'm just thinking, Keon said he's going to go get a boat. Orlando picking in the top 5.
Well,
There's some water down there in Florida.
There we go.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, I'm just running a correlation right there. That's all I'm saying. Good luck, brother. That's all I'm saying.
Appreciate it.
Hey, real quick, and so Slay and I both saw you play in high school, and so when the 48 came out, we're like, man, I saw that guy jumping through the lane in high school.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, a lot of that is hard work. A lot of it's God-given. When you think back to your high school days, is there another school that got you ratcheted up more than others?
Is there a what?
Is there another school that got you going more than others in terms of, like, I want to show out today?
There wasn't any schools that got me fired up, but I also knew too that the school that I went to was unknown to people, so I felt like I needed to prove something. That way they remembered my school.
Hey, man, well, let me tell you something, Keon. I don't know if you remember this, but you came up and played Ensworth. It was your junior year.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got kids at CPA, which is why I asked the question.
We were up 20, or either 18 to 20 in the first half. And I just remember you. Y'all made a basket. You picked the guy up, our point guard up full court, and you picked him about 3/4 court. And you had a clear lane to the basket. And instead of going in there to dunk it, you pulled up from 3. And before the ball went through the basket, you were bouncing and looking at the crowd, y'all crowd that came in droves and said, "This is my house." And after you made that, I told Coach Bowers when he walked down into the bench, I said, "Y'all know y'all watching the pro, don't you?" I said, "I done seen the pro before." And, dude, I always, when people ask me, man, who do you compare him to? I don't know if you're familiar with Trent Housel, but if you're not, you should. And I need to put you in contact with him, I will, man, because this is a guy that went along your same lane, dog. And when I say he was offensively talented just like you, but he shaped his game to stick in the league, play 10-plus years by being a defensive stopper and still being able to score. But, man, dude, y'all are so similar, man. It's shocking. You know what I mean? It's scary how shocking y'all are. So I don't know if you remember that when you came and did that to us at Ensworth. That was kind of embarrassing. I ain't sure if you remember that or not.
I remember.
I bet you do.
Hey, Slade just compared you to somebody. Who do you compare your game to, or who did you kind of look up to growing up basketball-wise? Like, who did you model your game after?
I model my game after Kawhi Leonard. We're not similar positions, but I do feel that he can guard multiple positions on the defensive end. I feel that I can do the same. And then on the offensive end, he can score the ball wherever and just get to his spots and know that he's comfortable where he's at. And I feel that I can start to become more of an offensive threat and just starting to become more comfortable on the offensive end in general.
Keon, I always tell kids when I talk to them, man, everybody's not cut out to be a pro. Can you talk to the kids that may be listening and just give them a little bit of your daily routine that I know it's different. Like, you can cut school out and everything. It's all about being a pro now, and it's a business. What is your daily routine like, getting up day in and day out?
I wake up around 7 o'clock each and every day. Get to the facility by 9 to eat breakfast. We start stretching about 10, and then my own court training starts about 10:30, 10:45. That lasts about an hour and a half normally. Then after my own court training, I'll do a weightlifting session, just depending on the day. And then other days I'll have either yoga or physical therapy to follow up behind my weights and on court.
That's good, man.
Keon Johnson, Keon Hunter sent us a message. He says to tell you, Keon, thanks for being a Vol.
That's real, dude. Keep on killing it, dude.
Hey, appreciate you, man. We'll be following, praying for you, and wish you the best, man.
Thank you.
Go get him, man. Create some more dead body highlights. That's what I need. I need it for Instagram.
You put that man in an outline. You said about the Georgia game.
Did.
he really did.
Just what it was. I'm sorry. It's what it was.
This is my house.
Yeah.
And
I couldn't
you
believe
gotta
he did
understand.
that.
Y'all gotta understand.
And
Like Keon
listen
on the
to him.
floor,
He's like
He's
so
not.
quiet.
That's him.
He's a
and
quiet player.
soft-spoken.
So when you see him explode like that, it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
he
What
always
is this?
he always makes the right pass too.
Yeah,
Even
yes,
playing
he
at
does.
web school, when you got some talented players, but
Yeah.
you got to get a lot of guys that aren't playing college
Yeah.
basketball there. And he would have the lane, but he would dish it for the open three. I mean,
That
he
man's
would make
something else,
the correct
man.
pass. Very unselfish player. Loved having him on. Wish him the best. When we come back, who the hell knows? 3HL 104.5 this up.
Get Jason Martin and Ramon Foster on J Mart and Ramon tomorrow morning from 6 to 10 on 104.5 The Zone.
Upton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, that's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a brand new car, truck, SUV, or Jeep. Maybe you're looking for a pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or Jeep. Either way, Gupton has you covered. My guy Ken Gupton, Daniel Gupton, all the guys at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram are there waiting for you. And they ask of you one thing. If you're looking around, if you're going dealership to dealership, just include them in the process. You'll be glad that you did. You can go take your test drive, ask your questions, go inside. They'll help make the numbers work. And it will be that easy. I bought multiple vehicles from these guys. They're awesome people. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. All of the inventory is there. Every a bit of information about the dealership is there as well. GuptonMotors.com. 24 West to exit 35, straight shot. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. When you go see my friends at Gupton, tell them Brent sent you. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
With William Hill Sportsbook, you can make every round of the NBA playoffs even more interesting. Hey, it's Joe Hawk from 3HL telling you to download that app today and dial up the playoff intensity right from the palm of your hand. Every day there's something new. Promos where you can win bonuses like free bets or boosts that let you bet with even better odds. And this Thursday, it's Game 5 between the Hawks and Bucks. And with this bonus, you can win a $25 free bet every time your team sinks a free throw in the final 2 minutes of the game. Just bet 75 or more on the spread and collect big bonuses, whether you win or lose. William Hill offers unique boosts and promos like this on every major sport all season long. So download the app and get started with a risk-free bet of up to $500 using the promo code RADIORF. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. Paid in free bets. New users only. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789. William Hill Sportsbook, proud partner of the NBA. Let's make it interesting.
For 50 years, Farm Bureau Health Plans has been closing the gaps in Medicare coverage. That kind of experience is huge, especially to my health coverage. I found a dental and vision plan to cover what Medicare doesn't. I turned to Farm Bureau Health Plans. With their dental vision plan, I have the best coverage around, covering everything from eyeglasses to dentures. Make your game plan with Dental Vision Silver from Farm Bureau Health Plans. Supreme coverage for less than $1.50 a day. To find out more or sign up, visit fbhp.com. Tell them Coach Max sent you.
Lately, we've been getting a lot of calls and questions.
So, like, we've got a giveaway that we're going to do right now.
Right
We're going
now.
to do it. We're going to do it. But in my head, I said giveaway. Dead giveaway, which is a random interview. Charles Ramsey interview. He rescued Amanda Berry. She had been kidnapped. And during this TV interview that Charles Ramsey did that went viral, I think he's got McDonald's for life because he was like, man, I'll just sit here and eat my McDonald's. And anyway, almost 10 million views on this interview. So I was like, Hunk, you need to pull dead giveaway from that interview. Which
I will have it by tomorrow.
We'll have it by tomorrow.
Internet is an amazing thing, boy.
Meanwhile, y'all's 3HL homework tonight is to Google Charles Ramsey interview and watch that. It's unbelievable. But anyway, we're giving away, I say all that to say this, we're giving away Holiday World tickets.
Dead giveaway.
And Splash and Safari. There you go. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
And we were.
Can we do it right now?
Yeah, I said 5:15-ish. It's 5:15-ish.
Ish. The ISH
It's
gives you
5:50.
Yeah,
Ish.
ish.
Dead giveaway.
That gives us a window. A wide open window. Like
That's
a
right.
bay window.
Y'all's windows are bigger than mine. All right. Summer of Fun.
We got-
104.5 The Zone. Summer
We
of
got
Fun.
air blowing right through them, too.
Yeah.
Hot air.
We want to help you get your family out to some fun attractions this summer. So this is what we're doing. And right now, caller number, how about this? I'm going to go 3. Caller number 3 today.
Look at you stepping out.
Yes,
Through
for a
your
chance
small
to
window.
win a family 4-pack of tickets to Holiday World and Splash and Safari for the 2021 season. 615-737-1045. There you go. You got caller number 3, Hunk. Got you covered.
Trooper Tony just texted me. He said, I ate ribs with that dude. Which is one of the lines from Charles Ramsey's interview.
Did all kind of regular things.
What's
Did
anything
regular
special
things.
about that guy?
Yeah.
Till today. I mean, there's all
Till
kinds
today.
of wrong with this interview.
Yeah.
Which all kinds of wrong with the interview.
Keon, he was a great interview.
Keon Johnson, yes, if you missed that, check it out on the website 1045thezone.com where you get your podcasts. Make sure you rate, review, subscribe, 1045 The Zone and 3HL and all the shows. And get it done. Michael Cooey sent a message. Keon was great.
Yeah. Cool.
All
Wait,
the EAB.
He's so chill.
Shout outs.
EAB. Yes, he is.
He's really chill.
That's what made your story so, like, when you said that, I was like, wow, that, because I've seen that dude play a lot in high school.
And that's what I had always heard. And dude, when he did that, man, that whole fan section, they went bananas, and he did too. And I don't think they expected to be down by that much. And then we were chirping a little bit. So
Who won that game?
they did. The pro won that game. No, that's who won that game. And he got everybody else involved. But I will say, man, about that VFL thing, that's how Vegas started. So when I get off the escalator, I'm coming down, I'm walking, I'm getting ready to go to the shops to give me something to wear. To try to find something to wear. When I get down there, I get to the bar area.
You don't bring stuff to
Wait, so you don't
Can't.
go to Vegas with a return flight. You don't go to Vegas with the clothes you need to wear at the club.
Can't. How? Too much stuff there.
This is so, I
You
mean,
don't even need nothing to
this-
go to Vegas.
the whole thing blows my mind.
Yeah,
Sorry,
just
go ahead.
to
Finish
Vegas.
your story.
Just go to Vegas. Yes, in a sense, huh?
You had your sunglasses. I saw
I
that.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything I wore Saturday, I didn't have. But this is what I'm saying. So I get down the escalator. I'm standing in the bar area, and I'm like, man, which way to go to the shops? And out of nowhere, I hear, hey, Big Slay. I turn around. I'm like, man, who is this calling me in here? I go over there. It's Jordan McRae.
No way.
Yeah, Jordan McRae. He started buying shots. He had just got married.
What a small world.
That's what I said, man. But that's how big Duval brotherhood is, and the sisterhood, might I ask, being a VFL period. So that was the crank up and the start of the Vegas trip.
Jordan McRae.
And we just had.
Did he get married out in Vegas?
No, I don't know where he got married. I think they came to celebrate in
Okay.
Vegas. So they got married
Jordan
the day
McRae is
before.
the best.
No, they got married the day before, and his friend and them were getting married the
We
next
went
day.
to a game. I forget where we were, Phoenix maybe, and he was playing for somebody else. And after the game, like, you can wait in the family friend section or whatever.
Mhm.
And so he came up and visited with my kids and stuff. Like,
That
I mean,
man.
just awesome.
That man, cool, man.
Awesome guy. All right, let's get John and Brentwood in here on 3HL. John, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? I actually need your help to settle a debate between a friend of mine and I. My friend's a big-time Tennessee fan. I'm a big-time Memphis fan. He's been giving me grief all week about Penny being linked to the Orlando job. Well, Penny, of course, comes out and says yesterday that he's not going to take the job. My friend then comes back today and says, yeah, that's still going to hurt him with recruits because now every high recruit is going to think, oh, he's just going to leave the moment another NBA opportunity presents itself. So I wanted to ask the group, and especially Slay, put yourself in the eyes of being a recruit again. Is that something that would affect your decision if you were going through that process again? And do you think that's something that will affect him going forward?
Yes, most definitely.
You do?
Yeah, without question.
Really? See, I feel like it's so different nowadays because kids don't care as much. Because if they're any good, they're not planning on staying there for very long anyway, so they don't care.
To me, that's what makes it matter more, because that coach that has the ties to a NBA team or that affiliation, just period, that's what gets a kid there. Not necessarily the school anymore.
Well, you're saying it's a positive.
Yeah.
Got it.
That he stays. If he leaves, then I think that makes the kid be like, you know what, I don't need to go there. Regardless, because I don't think it's just about the blue bloods. I don't think it's just about North Carolina, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, those schools just getting you drafted. I think it's about the coach having a relationship and what opportunity he can present, getting you in front of those guys.
Stackhouse has a pretty good NBA resume there.
Yeah, I think and that's why he's getting some kids coming in too, though.
Ken and Tony, sorry that we didn't get to you today. Please call back tomorrow. Appreciate you guys listening and hanging through with us. Vanderbilt, Mississippi State. Kumar Rocker has never pitched on 4 days rest at Vanderbilt.
Ooh, let's see how it goes.
And Bednar has not pitched on 3 days rest at Mississippi State. So we'll see how these guys battle it out. Vanderbilt with 10 errors in the College World Series, hitting 198. They're going to have to get some offense going tonight.
And no rain delay.
No rain delay. You can hear it right now on 104.5 The Zone. Stay tuned.
Anchor
D's.
Every great Titans moment can be found here. Your home for Titans football and the flagship of Titans Radio. 104.5 The Zone.
This is Brandon Tierney with a CBS Sports Minute. Leave it to Steve Kerr to weigh in with an interesting assessment of the talents of both Kevin Durant and Michael Jordan. He would know. He played with MJ, won championships.